And everybody wave! Hi!
Hi.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the World of Ashenfell Season 2, Episode 5. I'm keeping up counting, because I'm good like that. Welcome to the Strems and D&D and all of that great stuff, and we're just going to go right to it and have everyone introduce themselves and their characters and all of that great stuff, and we'll just start with our storyteller slash dungeon master, Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen. I'll be taking you through the world of Ashenfell today, and we'll start around the table. At the top of the table, we should probably start with Emma.
Oh, me? Hi, I'm Emma, or Hamalu, and tonight I am playing Jorah Adan, who's our trashy bard, who's had a very embarrassing reveal lesson. Hey. It's alright, there's booze for that.
Next up is Martin.
Hello, friends. My name is Martin, or Pink Mund, or, which is my character's name. It's literally or. That was a joke. If I explain it, it's funnier, right?
Bravo, sir. Bravo.
I'm playing a birdie man, and I just joined the party, and I learned that not all creatures can fly, which was a world earth-shattering, astonishing thing.
Big day. Big day.
Yeah, it
Big
sucks.
day for our Birdman.
Every day's a school day.
And up next is Freddie.
Hello, I'm Freddie. I am at His Majesty on Twitter, and I am playing Mahaman, the Air Genasi cleric, and I'm using a cleric archetype from the Arcadia setting, which is Greek history and myth inspired. And you can get the class archetypes on DriveThruRPG for free.
Excellent. Last but not least, Val.
Hi, everyone. My name is Val. Good morning. I will be bringing to you today Daphne Gravoy. She is a half Eladrin elf witch doctor class, which is a homebrew class done by one of my bestest friends and community members, Jamie. You can, if you're interested in it, you can check out the Discord, and it's usually hanging around in the homebrew stuff. But yeah, that's me. And as a reminder, we are a viewer effective game, so if you want to help us out a little bit with your bits, subs, and donations, every 100 biddies, you can give a luck point per player, including the Dungeon Master. With a subscription, you can give a greater healing potion to one of us, not the Dungeon Master. I mean, you could. I don't know what they would be using it for. Thank you, Hamalu, for showing off.
YAASSSSSSS support the channel.
Yeah, support the channel. And then, of course, if you want to directly donate money to us, which is always nice, you can give a nat 1 or a nat 20 to anyone here, including the Dungeon Master. And that's, speaking of, where's that potion going to, Emma?
I will give it to our new guy, or
Get
thank
some
you.
potion.
Sure.
All right.
Because I can't remember who doesn't have one right now.
And check the spreadsheet.
Yes, I will. I'm going there.
That's good. It's a welcome basket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Excellent. And without further ado,
But I want. The hype goblin says, "But I want to heal the DM."
Heal the
DM has
DM.
infinite health.
It's true.
Is she talking about an Overwatch or?
Look, I die in Overwatch because I love everybody.
You're just too busy loving everyone that you're not doing
Yes.
any damage. Okay. I respect the hustle.
My diva explodes because she loves you.
All right, cool. With that being said, go ahead and take us away, Jen.
All right. We find our players back in the world of Ashenfell, traveling through the New Wines Forest. It's the shortest path between their destination in Winterdale, the elvish capital of Oliberry, where we are going to eventually, hopefully, check on Jorah's parents, who have not responded to his calls or his magics. The fate of Oliberry is up in the air. There seems to be no correspondence between the elvish domain of Beltane and the ruined cities that are left behind in the wake of a Dracolith attack. 3 cities were attacked in the past, but only one seems to have fallen to the wrath of this mysterious being who had held himself as once ambassador. You all know him to some extent, either through rumors of his generosity or through the fact he sent some of you to the Shadowfell, or the fact that he was an ambassador to the Elvish realms in the Feywild and the material plane. He seems to have gained the upper hand when all attempts to stop him failed. He stands tall, as some of you now know, in the capital city of Cork and Dragonwall, which he has domain on. Finrul, the Ladron elf, seemingly having ulterior motives as to why he has done this. After you've recovered and recruited in Beltane's home, he has sent you on your way. More or less in a direction where he's advised you to seek help, as they need that connection to Oliveri. But he gently reminds you that the world is at stake, and there are larger problems in the world than a missing city. However, you've approached the new wine forest city, or the new wine forest, and the fog and the rain has closed in around you. There's a distant thunder you hear. An approaching storm has pushed an ozone breath of air around you, pushing your senses to the brink.
Oh.
Your sight is shortened to a distance of 15 feet in front of you.
Oof.
It is considered difficult terrain through this forest despite you being on a path, purely because the fog is messing with your senses. The mute colors of the flowers and greenery and the trees around you just seem so diminished in this fog. You do have the smell of the earth and rain's sharp contrast to what you see, but it's hard and difficult, and the sense of isolation grows the deeper you push into this forest. You're not as wet as you should be because the trees do block the rain, but through what you can see, the light is dim. You're not sure what time of day it has become as you trek forward.
I'd like to point out this is how most women fanfics start out as in fanfiction.net. A storm and looking for shelter. So, like, get ready, guys.
I provide fanfiction material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I really wish I could adapt the Lehman's tiny hut to be Lehman's tiny umbrella and just create a little bubble around me to shelter me from this bullshit weather.
Can I, as we're like traveling, does this seem like it's a natural storm or perhaps a magical means?
Roll a nature check.
A nature check. Where's my Daphne dice?
Give me my dice.
Give me my Daphne dice. They're in here somewhere. I have limited... Oh, I found her. There she is. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, nature check. Got a +2 to nature. That's a 16.
It's a natural storm.
It's a natural storm.
As you came into the forest, you did see the thunderclouds in the distance, and it seems to be a natural storm. It makes sense. You're in spring, and storms are prone to this season.
Maybe we should find shelter and wait this out. I'm not a huge fan of traveling. It's not the safest thing to do. What does everybody else want to do?
I mean, I can help with that. Obviously, I've got the hut, so.
Very useful.
Give me a second. Or is going to flap his wing at the sky. He's going to crack his beak twice. He's gonna smell. Does the rain smell like it's gonna stay for long?
With your senses and connection, it feels like it's going to stay for a while. You know enough about the weather systems to know a low rolling thunder is not a fast moving storm. It's probably going to stay for a few hours.
Maybe we should hunker down. It's not safe to fly in this weather.
Well, obviously, I don't think it's even safe to walk. None of us.
All right. Well, let's step off the road a bit then.
Okay.
So I'll move off to the side, find a little spot that seems convenient, and I will cast Lehman's Tiny Hut.
Okay.
And I'll make it look like that sort of like a dark, stormy grey-green almost, just to kind of match the surroundings and make it nice and toasty inside.
Okay.
You see as Or comes inside, he ruffles his feathers and starts to dry them off.
Right.
It's very bird-like.
Very bird-like.
Fucking burb.
I'll probably use just because I'm a helpful guy, but we're utility characters. I'll go around and prestidigitation anyone that wants to be dried off. Basically. You're welcome.
Would you like me to set up patrol outside? I actually sort of like this weather. I like it when you can sort of drink the air.
Sure. Do you want a friend? I've got Larkin here. You've not met Larkin yet because you weren't here last week.
No, who's Larkin?
I'm gonna I don't know. He's maybe sleeping in my coat, and I'll take out a small sprite. So a teeny tiny little fey creature. This is Larkin.
Is that a fairy?
Kinda. He's a sprite specifically. I don't know. Do you get offended being called a fairy, Larkin?
The fairy kind of stretches out and flails out his wings. Very beautiful dragon-like wings. Fly-like wings.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks between all of you. Well, I am a fairy, so I would be preferred to call a fairy. That is my nature. But if you had to classify me, a pixie would do.
Oh, it speaks common so well.
He looks towards you, Mohammed. Of course I do. I'm a fairy.
Wow, racist.
It's very, very clever. My familiar can't do that.
Wow, your English is so good. Yeah, no, he's pretty cool, aren't you, Larkin?
I'm the best.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, if you're traveling with me, you kind of have to be, so you fit in well.
I know.
Yeah. We're cool. Okay. Yeah, he can join you if you want.
Sure. That way, my familiar can stay around my neck to keep me warm. Right now, brother isn't a snake; he's a weasel. That's just kind of a little fur collar right now.
Well, in here is really warm, so we could trade familiars if you want, and I'll keep brother warm.
You see Or...
Oh, no, brother's keeping me warm.
Oh, all right. That's fair.
Not if I eat, brother.
You see Or kind of look at your familiar, Freddy, and when do you eat him?
I don't. He keeps me warm. And if I tried to eat him, he'd probably just evaporate.
But weasel is food.
Oh, not to me.
I mean, birds are food for us, but we don't eat you.
Yeah. Why
How
do you
did you
think I
know?
have 49 chickens?
This one talking about her chickens all the time.
Like, it's for my
Look-
gumbo pot.
So, see the feeling, you know the feeling you're feeling right now, or that sense of horror? Suggesting eating brother, same thing. He's a friend. You get, you, so don't suggest we eat brother.
Go away now.
Yeah, don't suggest we eat brother. We're good. We're all friends here. We don't eat each other unless we want to be eaten, in which case.
I mean, I don't mind being eaten sometimes, but that's a completely different.
Yeah.
form.
Yeah. I'm gonna like slowly high five you. Yeah.
Or just sits in the corner of the wings over his head, just breathing.
Anyway, so what were you up to yesterday, Mehaman?
Sleeping mostly.
Straight chilling? Yeah. Mhm.
I really needed a good long sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've needed a really good long sleep for about 3 years. But sleep is for the weak.
For
I mean,
3 years. That's older than I am.
you don't technically sleep, though. Isn't that correct, Uncle?
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Look. Don't start with that. I'm not them back there. I will sassy comment them back, but I am not going this whole way across the continent having you calling me uncle.
Aww.
I have a funny feeling you might be. Well, no, you're half elf, so never mind. I stand corrected. I suggest you might be older than me, but
Yeah, I am a half elf. She's 30.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's like Elfier's just crested into the hundreds. Oh, he's like 101, but that means for an elf he's like 19.
Oh man, so I'm
I'm an adult now.
maturely older
Yeah.
than you.
Yes.
Like,
Emotionally,
emotionally
probably.
older than you.
He's just become an adult in elf terms.
And I'm gonna like stop and I'd be like, wait a second. Is Beltane robbing the cradle or are you robbing the grave?
A bit of both. I mean, he's immortal. I dread to think how old he actually is.
Oh, he old. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I am a cradle being robbed.
I mean, if you're into that, go right ahead.
Sure. I'm into a lot of things though. He's just gonna be like,
You know, like, it's like anyway.
start moving a couple things around him.
Hopefully the storm won't last too long. I don't want to, like, as I enjoy being cozy with all of you, I am still worried about your family and other greater things apparently.
Yeah. Well, we have to move on north from there to Lorness, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it's just that the city's gone into hiding. I think I'm gonna tell myself that for until we get there.
So, or you know what? Like I know sometimes it helps me if I tell myself the worst thing, because that way I don't get disappointed in case the worst thing happens, and then I get relieved if it's not the worst thing.
Oh, I know the worst thing that can happen. Everyone could be dead. Did I get it right? What?
Yes, you're right.
That's
My
probably
entire
the
family
worst
could
thing.
be dead. You're
Oh.
yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
It's all right. It's okay.
Or is gonna awkwardly wrap his wings around Jorah.
Oh yeah, he's a hugger. I'll hug him back.
It'll be okay. I'm sure. The city's in hiding.
I mean, it might not be, but
There's the possibility of many things.
yeah.
Gonna like
I'm just gonna view it as we're doing work for Beltane, and whatever happens, happens.
pat your shoulder.
Yeah.
I know, Jorah.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us some of the cultural differences in the place we're going, so that we won't embarrass ourselves when we're there?
Um, do you know much about elves, Mehaman?
No.
Oh, well,
Same.
arrogant as fuck.
Well,
Yeah.
when you encounter someone who's very arrogant, in your culture, is it more seemly to be deferential to them and
Oh
play
yeah.
that, or do they like
Oh,
being challenged?
no, no, no. You don't know. All about it's a hub. It's a bit of an elving. It's not really a kingdom, is it, Jen? Because it's not like there's someone. But it's a
It's an interesting mix of monarchy, democracy, and the Republic of Rome.
It's like
Canada?
Britain and Rome just smooshed together and have a baby.
kind of like Canada,
Okay.
but
Canada.
kind of like Canada, I guess, would be an accurate depiction. But it is a central place of learning. It is the knowledge of Ashenfell. It is a dedicated country to Ioun. It's
Are they a little bit like Britain at the height of their empire, where they really genuinely believe they are it? Like we are.
It's kind of like that, but the elves
with the
have a
queen.
very tight control over their knowledge, so they don't willingly
Yeah.
share it
They don't.
with
No.
other people.
No.
Especially in the way of firearms, mechanical means,
Yeah.
and any inventions they know.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a perverse interpretation of Ioun's teachings.
Yeah, it's like knowledge, but it's like
Yeah.
hoarded.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wanna pay them respect because they genuinely believe they are better than everyone else, and that the knowledge that they have is theirs, and that other people they're not worthy of it. And I grew up spending a lot of time in the Great Library because my dad works. Well, he's a guard there, but he works there. And to put things in perspective, when you try to read there and you're not an elf, you struggle to keep focus because the library is literally trying to keep you away from the knowledge. Just for but if we go in and we're respectful, like if it's there and the city's there, we go in, we're respectful. It'll be fine. I mean, it's not like it's just elves there. It's just are they like in the vast majority, Jen? Is that fair to say? Like,
Yeah. I mean, they allow people to study at the library, but you have to have permissions.
Yeah, but like the city in general is going to be real hefty on the elves,
Yeah.
and not really much else.
Yeah. Yeah, Winterdale was the dedicated focus of the elvish people right before the calamity, and they are the one of the few people that survived intact after the calamity.
Yeah. It's worth noting that they were the only kingdom and people to survive the calamity. So if the shit is hitting the fan in Ashenfell, they clearly have a way to protect themselves. So maybe that's just kicked in now that the cities have been.
Yes, it sounds like they're survivors.
Yeah, they are. And I liked my time there. I grew up with a lot of Eladrin elves who are all, I don't know what you know about Eladrin, but they're all very colorful, and I'm not. And always felt a little bit
true.
like
You're very colorful.
You are the most colorful person I know.
Well, to put into perspective, and he's going to change himself so that his hair and his skin and everything is like him, a version of him, but like if he was fully a spring Eladrin, so it's all that spring greens and pink. This is what I should look like.
Oh.
Yeah, when I say colorful, I mean like boop boop.
Very dramatic.
You look like a plant.
Yes,
it's very beautiful, but how do you match your colors to that? It must be very difficult to dress.
You have to have a very specific palette to go with. I mean, a lot of Eladrin can change depending on your mood. You change to like, so for example, and I'm gonna do winter Eladrin, so I'm like that sort of like whites and like icy blues and stuff.
Okay. As you do this, Daphne, make me a wisdom saving throw.
What?
Backstory! Unintentional backstory!
Oh man. Okay. Oof. Big oof. Okay. I don't know what my modifier is to this. It's not bad, so it's a straight up 10. Because I rolled a 4 and I have a +6.
Nice.
As Jorah is going through the motions and display of these beautiful Eladrin colors, you feel memory kind of bubble up beneath the surface, and you feel warmth around you. Loving embrace of your mother's arms before the memory fades.
He's still babbling. Like, so this is winter, like, you know, you would...
Please stop. Please just stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop.
Okay.
Thank you.
He drops it, so he looks more like himself.
Sorry, I just kind of had some deja vu there that about the woman who left me as a young child. So that didn't. Yeah, and I understand that it's. I understand why she did it now, but that doesn't erase that feeling you get. Like there's still. Sorry, I didn't think I was gonna be triggered, but apparently I was. She just like wipes the kind of.
Can I hand you my alchemy jug, which is probably like 3/4 full of wine?
Absolutely, thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. Yeah, sorry. I mean, I get it. I kind of carry a lot of weird shit over feeling disjointed within where I'm from. It's not the same, but that kind of shit doesn't go away.
Yeah, and I don't know who she is. I don't know her, but like, I think that's part of it. So I didn't realize this. I'm sorry.
Does that make her my sister-in-law? That's weird.
Yeah,
not that we're married.
Well, I mean, are you actually married to Bill?
No, we've been on 3 dates.
Oh,
it's real
You
early,
developed
guys.
a very strange familial relationship suddenly, and I'm very confused and delighted.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, there was a bit of a his door kind of wrenched out the fact that me and Beltane are kind of dating. Mm-hmm. Well, we are dating. We're on date 3. I'm really into him, and I hope it continues. However, he can be a little, I don't know. He's moving at the pace of an archfey. Let's just put it.
Yeah, because they're immortal, so they can just do whatever. They can pity putter around and have 100 children of all kinds of different peoples. Like some of us are actually on a timeline here. Some of us more than others, or less than others. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be a fair old age myself, but I'm just an adult, and I'm spring like I
gotcha.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
And who is he to you, Daphne?
He's my uncle.
Oh, like by blood?
Yeah. Yes.
Is there a resemblance? I'm asking out of character.
What you've seen of Beltane and what you see of Daphne, there's the only similarities they really do share are their ears.
Oh, I never would have thought.
Yeah, he definitely does not have as much melanin in his skin as I do. Yeah, no, like I wouldn't have thought either, like, cause like I just kind of found out after this whole like he tried to like assassinate me, like he was hired to assassinate me, and then he learned that I was like the daughter of his sister. I don't know how their brother and sister. I didn't ask. Archfey again, so just that whole, Then he stopped because he's like, I'm not murdering my own family, and which was good news for me.
Well,
Because that was
And
a
then
whole nother story, and whew, Lord, let me tell you. That's what started this whole bullshit here, where I'm like now an adventurer. Like, don't get me wrong, I love all of you. I just kind of wish that y'all just stayed at my house and we just hung out there.
You see the old bird that you know, or you recall his name is Greaves, part of Orr's entourage.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. The old bird you recognize as Greaves shudders at the mention of killing your own family.
Yeah, kinslaying. That's
But at
bullshit.
least he recognized the error and pulled back just in time.
Yeah, no, I'm glad too.
And then he sent you to me.
Yeah, and I was wondering why you were so important to him, but now I figured it out.
Yep.
Is the storm lighting up at all?
Make a perception check. I'll give you advantage since you have meteorology in your background.
In case anyone wondering what's going on, Martin also plays a homebrew class called the Skylancer.
Yay!
Which is part of the same compendium as the Witch Doctor. So.
Yes. With the 19, you kind of observe the sky and notice that the thunder isn't as close. It seems like it bypassed the forest. There's still rain, but it's lighter than it was before. But it'll still linger for a few hours yet. But the main storm, the main supercell of it, seems to have gone around the forest itself.
Looks like it's starting to light up.
Good. Not that I don't like being close to y'all, but we do have a possible family. We have someone to check up on.
Yep. Anyone want some wine before we go?
Yes.
Warm yourself up.
Yes, always makes traveling better.
Yeah.
Just one glass, though. Just one glass.
Well, I'll pass you the jug. You can pour it out as you wish. There's a gallon in there, so.
I'm gonna are you okay? Are you that's a lot of wine you carry with you often.
Oh. I mean, it's the jug. It you speak into it the liquid you would like it to fill with, and it fills with that liquid. So, once you say wine, you kind of get a gallon of wine, and you just have to work through it through the day.
Listen.
Yeah.
When my birthday comes up, tequila is what you're saying?
I've never tried tequila before, but once we've cleared out that wine, I could give it a go.
Yes, please.
Yeah. I once got dared to make mayonnaise in there, and I regret it, because how do you get rid of that much mayonnaise?
Oh, but it's my birthday. Can you put cake batter in it?
I will try. Get some
That's a
fluff
lot of
in there.
cake.
Get some marshmallow fluff and just
Yes.
You let me know when it's your birthdays. I will provide whatever you want in the jug and maybe a song composed about you.
Aww.
There are certain items a DM thinks, oh, it can't be used for anything wrong.
Alchemy jug.
Totally out of character. I've used an alchemy jug to smuggle people in barrels of mayonnaise into a city that was locked down. So, alchemy jug, most useful item, MVP. Continue.
You can create acid in there and just be like, "You want some wine? Ugh, acid."
So can you make poisons in there?
Yeah.
Yes, I believe so.
Interesting.
I had indoor smush an NPC with a dread fortress, and I'm like, well, okay, that's how you use that item.
Yes, I can get a half ounce of basic poison and 8 ounces of acid, if I wish, and some salt water, because why the fuck not? You thirsty? I got some water.
Okay. So are you leaving your tiny hut to venture further into this forest?
We'll
Yeah.
cheers
All
and
right.
a glass of wine, and then we'll leave.
All right. Who's heading the expedition into this forest, further into the forest?
Bagsy, not it.
I am probably. Let me look at my sheet real quick. I have pretty good survival. That I am a witch of the woods. If I'm allowed to do survival instead of natural, then I will happily do that.
It would be a survival check.
Okay, I'll do it then. Yeah.
Because it's more navigating the forest through dense fog.
Okay. Survival. You know what? Because I'm just, it's pretty high, so that we can get a dice roll on roll 20. I will just roll it in roll 20. Yeah, great job. I should have rolled my fucking dice.
Oh.
Shut up! I'm using my reroll.
Use that reroll. That's what it's there
Thank
for. Support the channel. Give us rerolls.
Please, because this is why. Because roll 20 hates Daphne, which is why she has a fucking D20. But no, fuck. There's my reroll. Nah.
All right.
Done. My luck point.
You feel the space and time around you kind of condense before you realize, oh wait, and your luck changes, so you find the correct path.
Okay, thank God. Someone needs to take some ranger levels. Jesus. Like, everyone fucks up on rangers, and then it's like we're traveling through the forest. We're like, why is there one a ranger?
This is this one time we could have used that ranger.
Rangers get such a short.
I played a ranger for a long time, and I loved her to absolute bits, but I never used any of her class stuff because it was never appropriate to what we were doing.
Anyway, here we go.
All right, so you're navigating through the forest. Where you started off to head down a deer path, a very narrow path. You correct yourself and find your way back to the main path.
Ah, shit, we froze. No, now we're back.
Through a rocky, almost broken path, like it once had been laid with stone, but without upkeep or even wear, or even management. It seems to be relatively abandoned. But you stick to this main path and manage to find your way towards what seems to be a opening of sorts. Make a perception check.
Just me or
I
everyone?
believe in you.
You, since you're heading it.
Okay, I'm gonna use my dice this time. Perception, natural 20. Look, there's the natural 20. So that's a total. This is why we use her dice. So, and that would be a total of 26 because she has a +6 to her perception.
Ahead of you, you see a break in the tree line, a drop what seems to be towards a river, and a wooden bridge before you.
Looks like we got a river coming, and a bridge.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna point it out to everyone.
Oh, can we see how rickety that looks?
Once it's pointed out and you get closer, yeah, you can tell that this bridge is old and worn.
Awesome.
And across it, you all kind of spot, standing in weird contrast to the fog, and you don't know why, but she seems to be not surrounded by it, or encompassed by the fog, but she watches you as you approach. She's a tiefling woman with soft orange skin, kind of almost braided black hair, horn on one side is missing, where the other kind of curls back under her chin. Her eyes are a soft white color, and she just watches you in mute contrast. Her robes are a nice brown color, embroidered with almost a green highlighted embroidery across of it. It's very bright and vivid thread.
Is she carrying any weapons or armor?
Make a perception check.
I feel like I'm gonna have to do some bard shit.
Did it come through? No? Click it again.
Clickety click.
Is it
No, it's not. No.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes.
There it goes.
Okay.
Okay.
Roll 20.
You look and you can't really tell. Her robes are covering her entire body from her shoulders down to her ankles. You see she's wearing very nice boots, though.
Can I, oh, nice. Dora approves. Can I raise my hand and just go, hail over to her just to see if she can hear? Because, like, fog effect sounds, I'm just going to call over to her.
She raises a hand very daintily. And her voice, though soft, seems to carry in an almost echoous, loud reverberation as she says, "Hello."
Can I, so she looks like the fog isn't necessarily affecting her.
Mm-hmm.
Can I tell if it's something that, like, she's got something that's stopping it from bothering her, or is she, like, creating this?
Roll an Arcana check.
8. Ooh. A 12 on my gen dice. Let's see what my magic is. That's a spell list. That won't help. Arcana is a 4, so that's a 16.
You're not sure why she's unaffected by this fog. She seems rather unbothered by it. Where you are all having this kind of sticky dew from the fog. You know how
Walking
dew
in a
kind of,
cloud.
walking in a cloud condenses on your clothes and it kind of sticks to your skin. And it's only sticky when you're out in the fog, but once you're inside, out of it, it's like, it's not there anymore. But she's unaffected.
Yeah. I have walked in many a cloud before up mountains, and it's disgusting. Right. Lovely weather we're having.
She nods.
How far away is she? Like 60 feet
or something? The bridge seems to be a little over 60, 70 feet.
Okay. I'm going to use my movement for this turn. I got 60 feet. I'm going to fly up beside her, and I'm going to kind of peck with my beak at her boots and try and grab a boot.
As you land beside her, you go down.
Oh God, why? Why?
As you go down to peck at our boots, you find yourself back on the other side of the bridge, next to your companions.
Or don't do what the hell?
Don't peck a lady's shoes. I'm sorry about that. He's socially stupid. What?
Yep.
What is wrong with you? That is her
Or
boots.
has never worn shoes before. Talons.
That doesn't mean that you should go and peck hers.
We just had a conversation about manners.
That's just no.
Excuse me, ma'am. Do you have a name, or are you just out for a casual walk?
She smiles. You can call me Bianca.
Bianca, that's a beautiful name.
Bianca, are you making this fog?
No.
Okay. Bianca, did you send him back because he was pecking at your boots, or because you don't want us crossing this bridge?
Neither.
Why did you send him back then?
Simply did not ask.
To peck
That's fair.
your boots or to follow?
To cross.
To cross. Okay.
Yeah, consent is important, guys. Come on.
It's true. So we have to ask to cross this bridge?
Ask for thyself, and thy shall pass.
Okay, can I cross the bridge, please?
She nods and gestures towards the bridge.
I would like a definitive yes or no.
She nods and gestures towards the bridge.
I don't like this bullshit, y'all.
Can I just kind of pat your shoulder and be like, "You got this," and I will give you bardic inspiration.
Jesus Christ. By the way, like, Daphne looks at this river and it's just like sweating bullets, not because of the humidity, it's because, I don't know if you know this about anyone, Daphne can't fucking swim. Like, she's terrified of water that is more than like knee deep. And so she's just like, whew. Okay. It's 60 feet, you said?
65 to 70 feet across.
Okay, I will I will start across the bridge then.
Okay. You start across the bridge, and the bridge sways under your movement. There's no wind jarring it. In fact, it's utterly still and seems to be void of the elements around it.
Okay. Do I make it across all the way?
Taking your time and stepping carefully, you make yourself easily across.
Okay.
All right. Can I give a very gracious bow? Say, may I please cross the bridge?
She nods and gestures towards the bridge.
May my fairy companion also cross? Markin, you should probably ask.
You see your fairy friend kind of look and call across. May I cross with my companion? You see the woman kind of nod and gesture towards the bridge.
A thumbs up, because she said to ask for yourself. I will attempt to cross the bridge, please.
All right. Again, the bridge sways under your movement, but you notice there are no elements touching it.
Bizarre. All right.
Is Memon across?
I will ask. What was her name? Bianca?
Mm-hmm.
Bianca, I would very much like to cross your bridge, and I would ask for permission for myself and for brother because he can't speak common.
You see Bianca consider it and think for a moment before she nods and gestures to the bridge.
Thank you very much. And I will cross.
Give you a thumbs up.
You see Orr on the far bank, kind of awkwardly pacing around, and then you see behind him come up an old bird, almost bald, gray feathers. Bianca, may I please cross?
She nods and gestures to the bridge.
The old bird, hobbling with his cane, crosses the bridge. The next is the hummingbird. Bianca, may I please cross?
She smiles. She looks delighted by this hummingbird figure, and she nods and gestures the hummingbird across.
Or Squire Ghoul, which is a hummingbird, crosses flightily, barely touching the timbers. And then Or turns to Bianca and says, Bianca, may I have your boots?
Bianca looks at you and then shakes her head. No, these are my boots.
I'll trade you for mine.
You wear no boots.
Yes. So a deal?
No,
Oh, then may I please cross?
you may. She gestures towards the bridge.
Yeah,
Or
I
with
mean,
his
at least
hung-
he asked this time, so.
Or with his hung head, just crosses the bridge.
Aw.
Oh man.
Or crosses without issue with his squire and his older friend. And Bianca turns towards you and gives a small bow before she seems to be enveloped by the fog and vanishes.
The
That's
boots.
cool.
Oh.
She's hot.
Yeah,
She's hot.
she was quite hot, but also suspicious.
Well, I've
that
seen
was,
weirder things.
I would have liked to have asked her why we needed permission from her specifically. Let's
It feels
just-
very Feywild.
Oh.
Got that vibe.
Ugh.
Not that it is, but it's got vibes of.
You would know more about that than I would.
Yeah. Just in the whole asking permission thing and being weirdly ominous.
Like,
They dig that shit.
I kind of got some heebie-jeebies, so let's not make rash decisions with people we just meet, like taking their boots, or
But I need a pair of boots
Listen,
now.
we'll
No,
find.
but
Please get me a pair of boots.
Is he a
Look, you want something custom built for you. You can't take other people's boots when you have unique feet. You need a unique pair of boots that match your incredible farm. So We need to go somewhere where you can have something custom made.
You're right.
Yes, I am.
You
Right.
should make me some boots.
I can't make boots, but I can
Good.
help buy
Greeps,
them for you.
pay the man, and you'll make the boots.
I will
I
find
expect nothing but the best.
You will pay. You're gonna pay. You pay for your own boots. No one else pays for you. You pay for your own stuff.
Oh, of course.
Unless
Greeps
it's
carry
your
my...
birthday, then you ask, and then maybe we consider.
Good.
Also, just because you know we discussed yesterday that you're learning new lessons, and I'm happy to deliver said lessons. It's important for new strangers you have met that you ask permission before you enter their personal space. Like,
Why?
I don't mind giving you all of the hugs. You're an excellent hugger, but it's important to ask permission because some people don't want you pecking at feet or in personal space. It can be intimidating, and you don't want to intimidate people. You want to make friends.
It can also just be really fucking annoying.
It's seen as rude
it's bad
in these countries.
Very bad manners.
So, you know, we learn these lessons, we adapt, and then we get on better in social situations.
Okay. I'll look to you. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. You'll be my touchstone.
Absolutely. Happy to. Maybe don't do all the things I do. But I will let you know.
What?
I may make unwise decisions now and again. I may be in somebody's personal space that you maybe shouldn't also be in the personal space of. Just but I will signal to you when that happens.
Okay, it doesn't make sense, but...
That's okay. Not everything makes sense right away. It's a process of learning.
This manners thing...
It's it's tricky, and I still get it wrong. I've worked very hard to be good at it, but mistakes happen. You can't predict what everyone's going to get offended at, but as long as you're apologetic, like she maybe got a little offended at you, and if you just say, "I'm really sorry," then usually that makes up for it.
Aura looks to Greaves and says, "Apologetic?" And Greaves nods slowly. Yes, apologetic, sir. Aura shrugs and say, "I'll try it."
For example, and I'm gonna go up and like bump it, like shoulder barge him, and then I'll stop and be like, "Oh, I am so sorry for bumping into you there."
Is that Greaves?
No, I'll do it to Or. It's him I'm teaching. Greaves seems to understand this shit.
Aura's gonna fan out his wings and caw at the top of his lungs.
And I'll do like gentle, like, "I am so sorry, my friend. I did not mean to do that."
Yes, you better have not.
Yes. Now you see, I am being apologetic because I didn't mean to cause offense. You see?
Yes.
Yes. You'll get there. Learning takes time.
Very tricky.
Oh god.
Learning takes time.
The DM's rolling a D100 in chat. I'm just...
Look.
Carry on.
The lesson. Why don't we?
It's more of you're making sound
Yeah.
in the forest.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
All right.
Top of his lungs was uttered.
Let's get going.
Yeah, we can walk and talk.
Yeah. And the shoes, they'll come with time. We need to find someone who's going to do it right. You don't want to rush these things. I didn't look this good just, day one. You have to work at these things.
Tired.
As we set off, Aura's gonna bump Jorah with his wing and say, "Sorry. Did I get it right?"
Yeah, you got. Yeah. And like, if you ever see that Bianca again, just say, "I'm sorry I pecked at your boots."
Aura's gonna nod furiously.
Yeah. You got it. You're good. Let's go.
All right.
Why am I the sensible one? He says as he walks away.
Daphne is just in the back of her head thinking it's like, great, we're traveling with a child, the thing I hate the most.
He's feeling like dad, and he's like he's like just crested into adulthood, and now he's like giving out life lessons to these.
You are literally like 50 times older than Or. Literally.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So you push through the forest, having encountered a strange person named Bianca. As you press in, the looming trees of this forest kind of sporadically pop in and out of your vision as the fog seems to drift and shift, toying at your vision. Whoever's in the lead, I believe Daphne is, make a perception check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage, okay.
The fog has become thicker.
11.
Okay. You carry on following Daphne, and the trees press ever closer as you kind of barrel into the forest. Some of you start to notice, passive perception-wise, if it's above an 11. You start to notice you're no longer on the main trail, but what seems to be a deer trail or a goat trail. Small, narrow, and winding deeper into the forest. You look back and there's just a wall of fog around you.
I just slowly shake my head and be like, fucking, this is like Feywild bullshit. Are you kidding me?
Is this still the right way, Jorah?
It doesn't look like it.
Oh,
But
great.
it's really hard to tell.
Well, the fog wants us to go this way. I mean, that's what it looks
Right,
like.
let's listen to the fog. Oh, man. Sounds like a great idea.
There's literally 3 movies on white. We shouldn't do that.
At least.
My main one is Silent Hill. I feel like we are in Silent Hill right now, and, as soon as that siren goes off,
Oh, you want some bells?
I was like, no. Oh, God. Nothing scared me more as like a youth than the sirens of Silent Hill. You know what? I feel like we're either gonna have to hunker down or embrace this, because finding the main path is gonna be impossible in this fog. And I, as useful as my spells can be, they don't handle this.
Let me see if I have anything particularly useful myself.
Yeah.
Or
Other
is
than
gonna-
creating a hut where,
Yeah, other than that I have
Or-
prepared.
I could viciously mock it. Fuck you, fog.
I would like to cast Detect Thoughts and just see if there's anyone around.
Oh,
Besides us.
that could get really creepy results.
Okay, sure.
I'm in horror mode now.
So you cast Detect Thoughts, reaching your mind outwards to the surrounding landscape around you. You tilt your head to one side, hearing something, then something else catches your ear on the other side. Before you're just surrounded in a cacophony of whispers, brushing against your mind, and you almost feel like a hand brushes against your arm for a moment, and then before the whispers get louder, sharper, clearer, before you hear a singular thought of go.
Oh, I think we should run.
And maybe just Jorah's thoughts of, fuck's sake. Alright, I'll run.
Yeah.
Or
I don't need to be told twice. It's creepy shit. As soon as you suddenly get that, you need to run.
Okay.
I'm out.
Or is gonna kind of look around and follow kind of awkwardly.
You know how eagles kind of just that jaunty step when they're trying to walk?
Yeah.
It's a lot like that.
Why aren't we flying?
Uh-huh.
Darling, if I could fly, I would. So
Oh yeah, don't.
Please be
If
my
you could.
guest.
Oh, go right ahead. Don't hinder yourself. You fly ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Flaps wings 20 feet up, keeping pace with them. Can barely see them. Goes a little lower.
Good thing you stay in sight with them, because as soon as you started caressing beyond 20 feet, they were starting to leave your sight. As the fog seems to close in around them, blocking your vision of them.
Oh no.
So as you hurry through the forest, pushing deeper or kind of keeping pace above you, still within sight, make a survival check.
Okay.
Sure.
It's funny, you've got to get more shures like that. Sure, honey.
I got a 7.
I got an 8.
Panic running. I'm panic running after half a gallon of wine.
Oh boy.
This boy doesn't know how to keep himself safe. He just knows how to send a message to Belty and be like, "We're dying, help me."
Okay.
Really, your relationship? Jeez.
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah, he's a needy little shit. Right. Anyway.
You stumble through the forest, becoming more lost within its grasp, the fog closing even more around you. Or you'll need to make a perception check as your party, while you're keeping pace, the fog is becoming horrendously dense, and all your vision shrinks down to 10 feet.
Where are you guys?
Can I suggest we kind of hold hands? Hello?
Just grabs Jordan's hand. Yes!
All right, there we go.
Mohammed!
Yeah, we create a chain. Don't break the chain.
Greaves! Ghoul! Where are you?
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, are your attendants flying too, or are they running with us?
Greaves can't fly.
Oh, no.
You've lost the old man in the forest.
Oh no!
No!
And thus he has no entourage. Swallowed by the fog.
Don't think the
Greaves!
DM will kill your companions.
You're like,
Where are you?
Jorah's having one of those moments of like I think all bards have, where they're in something that's either very dangerous or very dramatic. You just think this is gonna make an excellent song.
I've just got to survive this so I can write the song.
Yeah, hang on a
Guys,
minute.
I need to look for Greaves.
Yes, Greaves, if you can hear us, make a noise so we can find you.
Marco,
Hello? Oh, wait.
you're holding my hand.
I know. I'm sorry.
We can't keep running. We have to go back.
Sure. Yep. Agreed. No man left behind. And no
Yes.
birds either. Let's go.
Let's form a line. That way we can cover the most area. Don't let go at fingertips.
You mean make like a windmill?
Sure. Those are dangerous for birds. Don't actually make a windmill.
Yep. Oh, see, windmills to Jorah are something else entirely, guys.
Oh my God.
So you're going to look for the old man in the fog.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna, yep. Absolutely.
Marco.
Make a survival
I'll use
check.
thaumaturgy to make my voice really loud and call for
All
help.
right.
Yeah, same.
That sounds safe.
Yep.
Survival with disadvantage.
Listen, I have heard lots of whispers. I know things know where we are.
10.
Okay.
Or are we all doing it?
Because I need an average
Oh, 15.
at disadvantage.
Oh.
Sorry, there's a siren outside my window. Are we doing perception?
No
10.
survival
Survival.
10,
Okay,
10.
thank you.
10, 10.
at disadvantage.
No, that is.
No, for my
Oh, for Mama. Yeah. Got it.
That is a 1.
Never mind. We're doing the survival first. I have a thing we can do to find him. I'll wait till we're done.
Okay. Okay.
I have message, by the way, guys. I think it's like 120 feet, so I can just kind of try and reach into that old burb's head.
As you push back through the forest to find Orr's missing companion, 2 of you slip and fall, slowing down the party enough for the fog to engulf all of you.
Awesome.
And your vision is a foot in front of you. You cannot see each other. You know each other are there because you're all holding hands, but your vision is so obscured you are considered blinded.
Okay. Okay, guys. You can hear me, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Really weird. This is like one of those things where you have those weird dreams where it's just you and expansive whiteness around you. I can try and send message to Burb. Or I can try and cast the hut because I control the atmosphere inside the hut, so we wouldn't be able to see beyond it. But see
Dora,
space for a little while as like a yes.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, can I pull him a little closer and put my hand around his waist? Just keep him safe.
Pull him closer. As you do, you feel a hand kind of wrap around yours, and you hear a very faint chuckle in your ear before it vanishes.
Oh, and that's not chuckle from any of my friends. Okay, there's people who I think there's things in this fog, because I just felt someone touch me and it wasn't you guys.
Fuck this shit.
Okay. Problem number 1, send message. Greebs, are you there?
The message is sent out, and there's no connection.
Nothing. So either he's beyond 120 feet or this shit's fucking with magic. Do we want a hut?
I don't know, because, like, from what I understood, like, you just touched somebody who was within range of also being trapped in this hut with us.
Uh-huh.
So
Only people are allowed in it that I mentally allow them in.
then yeah, let's do the hut. At least we can maybe try and
Strategize a little.
strategize.
What if they aren't
Yeah.
people?
Nothing. No creatures, no.
Yeah.
Just living beings that I allow.
Okay, I'll make sure.
And I can control. In theory, let me just. Now, is it going to work
What
on
if
here?
they
It
aren't
does
living?
work on here.
Mhm.
Creatures and objects within the dome, when you cast the spell, can move through freely. All creatures and objects barred from passing through. So, that suggests even unliving things, like even a chair. If I didn't want it in there, would get punted out. Spells and other magic effects can extend through the dome or be cast through it. The atmosphere inside the space is comfortable and dry, regardless of whether it's out. So, I don't know. In terms of helping to strategize, I could do this, but it's up to you guys. I'll do it if you want it.
If
Gonna have to go out eventually.
Yes, but at least we would be able to see within a certain distance and strategize a little better without being touched by whatever. You know, if you're friendly, you could just say hello. If you want a hug, let me know. Because, like, touching people and laughing in their ear is creepy.
You know,
Just speaking to the fog now. No big deal.
they haven't. Whatever's out there hasn't harmed us yet.
No.
They are probably trying to scare us.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you are, come out. We can settle this face to face. Whatever this is.
As you say that, looming black figures fill your vision, taller than all of you. Antler-like crowns sit on top of their heads, moss-covered robes, from what you can tell. Skulls make up their faces, long and protruding, and remind you of deer, maybe a horse skull. You're not sure. It's strange and obscure, and you see they loom over you, and you hear that chuckling laugh all around you.
Or involuntarily takes a step backwards.
As you step backwards, you bump into one of them, and it leans down and just puts a hand on your shoulder.
Oh.
We told you to go.
Yes, we tried to leave, but it became so hard to move that we cannot leave. If you allow us passage, we will continue.
We have 2 of yours. Come with us.
Yeah,
Where's Greebs?
it's okay. It's like they're bringing us to them. It is very kind of you to offer. we will come and fetch them and then leave right away if that is what you wish. You know, we don't want any trouble. We were just trying to pass through.
You hear more chuckling and laughs, and you hear hands, or you feel hands on your cheeks, touching your arms, as if to assess
I'm like,
what you are.
No, don't touch me. No,
Is
no,
it-
sir, no, ma'am. Mm-mm.
Jorah's letting it happen. It's fine.
They seem more curious than dangerous, but they kind of just have these extra long fingers that wrap around your shoulders and pull you backwards into the fog with ease and untold strength in their spindly arms, strength that they shouldn't have. And as the fog kind of closes in around your vision, pulling you off the path, your sight seems to be restored as you find yourselves in a grove. Beautiful, lush green grove, absent of fog and weather. All around you are these strange beings, tall, spindly, made of bark and wood, skull-like faces, antlers upon their heads. And in the center of this grove, you see a gigantic being made up of roots, leaves, vines. Again, a deep set skull, face. You're not sure of what, but it reminds you of a horse at least. But it has antlers kind of growing up and out of it, two very bright orange eyes focusing on you with sharp fanged teeth and claws that seem as big as your torso.
I'ma keep my cool. I'm gonna give a gracious bow and say, what might we call you?
The creature in the center says, I am Leshy.
Leshy. It is an honor to meet you, Leshy. I've never encountered beings like yourselves.
Nor should you.
Quite. You protect this grove?
I am its keeper.
All right.
Or walks up, puts his shoulder on Jorah's hand on Jorah's shoulder, and says, "I'm sorry. Where is Greaves?"
Okay.
Leshy looks at you for a moment or before turning its great head towards what you see to be an alcove of your two friends with food, water, wine, blankets, a nest of sorts.
You can see Or visibly relax. He takes his hand off Jorah's shoulder and backs up.
Oh,
I'm
gonna send a message in your head and say, thanks for the apology. That was real good. You did good. Go see them. I understand the importance of protecting sacred groves, and it was not our intention to stumble upon this area. We were merely passing through the forest. So any slight that may be viewed as coming too close, I definitely apologize.
Leshy looks back towards you and kind of settles its great form down into the center of this space. Nods their head. We were concerned as the fog has pushed you from the path.
Quite. Is the fog something of your creation, or is that creeped in on you as well?
It is the forest.
I see.
She commands the fog.
Okay. Does she have a name?
Simply the forest.
Oh. Okay. Well, perhaps we could ask permission to have the way forward cleared slightly visually so that we may pass through unhindered and undisturbing of her forest.
She will let you pass in the morrow. She has tricks to play yet.
Quite.
Is that why she wanted us to come in, for jests?
It is her forest.
Okay. Well, it was very amusing to be that scared, I must say. I haven't run that fast in a long time, actually, so I thank her for the jest, and I will bow, like being quite genuine.
Feel
She bows their great head, and sits back once more.
May I see Greaves? Be with him. Make sure he's okay.
Leshy nods and moves with some great effort. You can see vines snapping underneath of them as they shuffle to one side to allow you access.
I proceed.
Um, if it is polite enough for me to inquire, what manner of creature are you all? I enjoy learning of new things. If it is something to be kept secret, I will respect that, of course.
I am Leshy. I am the forest guardian.
And these?
They are simply dryads. My keepers.
I will bow to them as well.
You see a chittering of laughter and amusement from the dryads as they kind of peek, peering beyond these great trees that surround this area, watching you. And they are indeed very tall, now that you can see them properly. Lush green flowers and branches and leaves all around them, forest makeup, and deep black eyes just peering at you.
I will smile at their laughing. Earlier we encountered a woman by the name of Bianca. Is she known to you?
She is the demon that guards the bridge.
Thank you for the information.
She is of the forest.
Yeah. So you will allow us to take rest here through the night then? And allow us to pass on the morrow?
If you mean no harm to my woods, I will let you pass.
I would never harm the woods. My mother would kill me.
Never. Just the woods. I love the woods. We would never hurt your woods, or any woods for that matter.
I thank you for this very unique and exciting experience.
The woods are ancient. You are lucky.
Yes. It's not the first time I've stumbled into somebody's grove accidentally.
Is that how you started dating?
You know?
Grove.
It's how we met. Yes, I wouldn't say we necessarily started dating them, but it's how I met him. Anyway, yeah, he's just gonna awkwardly turn around and start walking towards the little area where the birds are.
My lord, you have shown great restraint with us. Thank you for that.
Young things forget, ancient things live here. We must be mindful of that.
Of course. Absolutely. As I turn to the youngest of us all.
Aw.
Or doesn't even realize.
I'm over with Or now. Good work. Did good, kid.
Breathe. All right. So we can't leave now. We leave later. Where are we staying?
She still has tricks to play, and we're resting here.
Okay.
So there's a nice spread of food, you said, and like blankets and just general comfiness.
For Or's companions, yes, there seems to be, but I'm sure if you ask, there would be.
Oh, I see.
Greaves, you can't go wandering off like that, or I'll have to fire you and find another steward. Yes, of course. I'm very sorry, sir.
Or I'm sure that was just your love language, but we did leave him behind.
Yeah.
Yes, he wandered off, of course.
He
No.
didn't wander off. I
Ran-
think we just outran him.
Yeah,
He is old.
He's always stuck very
older.
close to you. He's very good
Yeah.
at that.
Yeah, of course, but he clearly is not good enough.
Oh, that's not Luke. We
Calm your tail feathers.
we respect those in the group, and Greaves is part of that.
Yes. Yes,
He
of
did
course.
nothing wrong. If anything, us running away from him and not taking into account that he slowly walks with a stick, that fault is on us and yourself. We must accept that he did nothing wrong.
He is your
Or just kind of
charge,
stares
after
at
all.
you.
Huh?
Okay.
And it's okay to admit when one is wrong. You admit it, and you apologize.
Aura looks at Greaves. I think
Yeah.
this is too much too fast. My bird brain is...
Try it out. Try it. Just try it. Even if you're confused about it, you just turn around and you say, I ran away from you, and I am sorry.
You can see Aura's face goes white. Whiter than his feathers.
I'm gonna hold his shoulder, give it a little squeeze. You can do this.
Greaves? I'm sorry I ran away so fast and left you behind.
Oh, so good. I'm gonna hug him. You do. There you go. And Greaves, you are good enough.
Or cries into Greaves' shoulders quietly.
Oh. Yes. Healing cry. Well, I feel accomplished with that.
You're gonna make a great dad one of these days.
Look, apparently I'm already a fucking dad.
So
14 of them, I believe. So
I'm gonna look at. Sorry if I can't remember their name. The tallest
Okay.
one with the big skull.
Leshy.
Leshy.
So Leshy, is this for everyone here? As I point to the comfy spread.
See their face kind of turn towards the spread and look towards you. It can't be.
How can it be?
Question seems to confuse them for a moment before one of the dryads speaks up. They simply want food, sir. Leshy kind of blinks, and then you feel a rumble beneath your feet as food kind of shifts and breaks to the ground, to the surface of the ground. It's fruits of various sorts.
That's an amazing trick you have there, Leshy, sir, person.
They are simply foods of this forest.
May I? I'm gonna kind of look over them. Is there anything particular that stands out? Like these fruits, like that could be used for like spell components or potions or things like that.
Make an Arcana check.
Okay, I got a +5 to that. 24.
There are some you could use for components. You see a pepper kind of nestled in there. It looks like to be a hot pepper. You also see maybe an orange peel that could have helped if you need it.
I'm gonna ask, do we have to consume it here, or can I pack some of this up for later?
You may take it.
Okay, I'm gonna put some of these things in my glamorous fanny pack. The stuff that I'm not gonna eat immediately.
Okay. Leshy settles back down, and you see roots and vines kind of curved back over their legs, holding it in place as it seems to settle into the forest floor once more. The dryads go back to tending the forest around you.
I am hamming out on this food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Inhaling it. Nom nom.
If you want, you can make a nature or history check to determine what a leshy is.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I was.
What kind of roll, sorry?
History or nature.
I'm gonna do history, because I'm a history nerd.
I'm gonna roll this instead.
Same.
It's an 18.
And a 16 for myself on history.
Sorry.
What does Aura think it is? You need to know this critical information.
Or has trouble comprehending the enormity and complex magics of to what's even going on around him. He believes Aleshi is no more than a very creative version of a horse.
That is a creative horse. Yeah, I got an 18.
Okay.
But the boy, his mama protects grows like a. You know.
Mm-hmm.
He's a fucking nerd.
Mohammed, you wouldn't quite know. You've heard of grove keepers, and from what Leshy has told you, this might correlate with that. Daphne and Jorah, you know Leshies to be ancient keepers of forests. They are thought to be very dangerous if displeased, and they are excellent at hiding in forests, and they are almost impossible to distinguish from trees. The fact that you are seeing one right now means it wants to be seen.
Do I know, is this something that would exist in the forest around about Olivery?
And make a history check.
Okay. That's a 19.
With a 19, the Oliberry Forest, while old, seem to have their own guardians, and you don't really know many stories of Leshies within those forests, if any.
Mm-hmm.
You've heard tales of Wendigos, but those are much more violent and vicious
Yeah, because I
than
feel like
a Leshy is.
yeah, the sort of stories my mama would tell me when I was growing up would be about
Yeah, it's
forests,
like,
so.
don't go in the forest during winter, and it's going to eat you. A Wendigo will eat you if you go in the forest during
Be
winter.
greedy.
Don't be
I'm a
greedy.
Wendigo.
Yeah, stories like that. Wendigos are very greedy in nature, where Leshies are very temperament. They do have an anger side to them, but it's more of if you slight them
Mm-hmm.
or disrespectful to their forests.
Okay.
Would know that much.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Provided my mother is still alive, I am going to tell her all of this. She's going to love this.
Yeah. In simple terms, think of it as Wendigos being hornets and Leshies being bees.
Yeah. Oh, bees. It's an easy way to distract both myself and you, Jen. Just like, think about bees. Oh.
Yeah, but that's an easy comparison to put Wendigos and Leshies in a real world context.
Yes.
Fucking wasps. Greedy little things. Can be very protective. But
okay. I store that away to tell Mama if she's alive.
okay.
I cry. Okay.
Yes, but the fact this Leshy is wanting you to see them is remarkable because by any account it could very well hide.
Yeah. I will for sure be like, while I'm eating, I'm going to be doing that thing because it's like a nest. I'll be like slouched back, legs crossed in front of me, eating something whilst writing in my book, leaning on my leg. Like I am taking notes and like starting to form phrases for some sort of written piece about what's going on, whether it's a song or a poem, I don't know, but I'm working.
Sorry, an isopod just crawled in from the window.
I
was like, what is that? It's just getting out of the rain. I'm not worried.
I'm gonna to Leshy because I'm veering now that I kind of like my tits are calmed and I was like, okay, we're like not in danger. This is just Fae bullshit. I'm gonna I would like to kind of continue talking to this creature, right? But also I just like collecting weird things. I'm gonna ask Leshy. Well, you're quite interesting. Let me tell you, you are made up of so many things. I can't. Is there anything on you that you don't want anymore?
Can I get your toenails?
Yes. Or like
You see
or-
Leshy kind of turn its great head towards you, and you see the eyes kind of widen in curiosity.
like an antler shaving or a nail, or you know what? I have an empty bottle. If you could just spit in it.
Wow. Talk about crossing fucking boundaries. Your spit, please.
Like, you know,
Leshy.
Or is gonna go up to Daphne and say,
shh,
kind of
you're a
looking at
child. Be
Jorah.
quiet.
Yeah. This is one layer of weird for her that it's part of her shtick, and if it's considered offensive by the Leshy, then that's on her. But she's taken a leap. I'm gonna give her like a weird thumbs up, like.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking. I'm not taking it. I'm asking.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
You're
just
being
asking
polite.
a very weird
Permission. You know, even I, in my strange encounters with other creatures, have never asked them just outright, "Can I have a body fluid, please?" Like,
We're rated mature, right?
Yes.
Val? I'm not gonna kink shame you. But...
This channel is rated mature. If you tune into my
It's
Tuesday
not that.
games,
It's more of like the DM is like, what the fuck? Now we have to narrate this.
yep.
You're
Yeah, it comes to
welcome.
something when your bard, he is like one of these slightly easy bards, is thinking, that's fucking weird. Like,
Roll a persuasion
doesn't take
check.
too far.
Roll a persuasion check.
Okay.
Yep. You are asking this great
Yeah,
creature,
sure. I have
guardian of
I
the
have
forest,
a +0 to my chaw. But did I take
who's
persuasion?
taking you in out of the cold.
Okay.
We don't yuck people's yums here, okay? We don't kink shame.
Can I have some of your dead skin, please?
Okay, here we go.
Yeah. Don't yuck the yums.
I'm gonna ban all of you.
We deserve it. Don't worry.
It's not a nat 1. It's a 2.
Okay. Unless she kind of pulls back at your request and shakes its great head, and you see some of the dryads side-eye you and shuffle away, taking some fruits off the ground as they go.
Sorry. Oh man. What I could do with those antlers. Anyway.
Wow, Daphne.
You've never
Like-
been to my house. And I'm gonna
You're
I'm
right.
gonna open up my fanny pack and just like let Chora look inside of it. It's like
Have you asked people for body fluids before?
sometimes they just give them to me.
I mean, there are creative ways of
Yeah,
getting
for
body
us
fluids, but
for
like,
anybody.
yeah, you don't just go up without like a, I don't know, buy the guy a drink first. Jesus. uh, you know what? It was a brave move.
I'm not a
I
coward.
respect that. I respect that, and I'll raise my jug because I just drink straight out the jug. Why not?
Oh please.
Like I said, I don't yuck those yums. You do you.
I mean, I tried.
Pretty sure I've done things that would disgust and horrify all of you. So.
Like none of you here have been to my house, so yeah,
Is it gonna disgust and horrify us?
maybe.
Oh, I really want to go
There
now.
was this one time I needed to ask my daddy a question, but I don't know if you guys know this about my daddy, but he's dead.
Okay.
But
Well,
that didn't
yeah, I
stop-
might be in that club, so.
that didn't stop me from asking him the questions that I needed to ask him.
Okay. All right. What? Body, spirit? Through the veil?
I just dug him right up and was like, "Hey, answer my questions."
All right.
You would know, Jorah, that necromancy is deeply frowned upon.
Oh yeah.
It's not necromancy. I'm not bringing the dead back to life. I'm just talking to them.
Oh, would I know that? Because I think that spell, is within a bard's wheelhouse. Would I have an awareness of the spell?
It's speak with
You would have awareness, yeah. But you also know, since you're from Oliberry,
Yes.
it's a very controlled magic.
You aren't allowed to do that unless you. It's like having guns, basically.
Yeah.
Listen,
Like, okay.
and Daphne understands that the stuff that she's capable of doing is not like smiled upon, and she is extremely careful about doing it in public. Like, I just pretend to be a cleric sometimes, but I'm not.
Okay. Well, you know, it funnels straight into not judging others.
Well, how come you've never asked us for pieces of our hair or anything like that?
I mean,
I'm offended. Do you want my body fluids? I'll give you body fluids.
I don't know if my uncle will approve of that.
Well, he's not asked for them yet, so.
Well,
Ora's gonna walk up to Daphne, pluck a small feather out, and offer it to her.
oh, she's gonna take it. Thank you, child, and put it in my. It's like put it next to Jossam. Jossam, move to the side, please. Thank you, Jossam. Appreciate it.
You see Jossam's eyes open up and his big mouth yawn as he kind of curls around the
sweet
feather and goes
baby.
back to sleep.
What?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Put
Well,
Jocelyn
I
back.
am worrying about it because you gasped.
I
So.
didn't ask permission for Jossam.
Oh. Well, technically, Jossam needed to ask for himself.
That's true, but he can't. He's a mimic.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, he's here, and let's not lick that gift horse in its mouth.
Yeah, for sure. Go back to sleep.
Okay.
Here's- feed him some little
Yeah.
snacky.
I am
things.
happy to help aid in the illusion of being a cleric and finding creative excuses for any weird shit you have to do. I'm not gonna judge you for it because, as far as I'm aware, we've traveled for a little while together. You use those forces for good.
Of course, like I don't.
Yeah. I mean,
like,
I get it. No,
again-
I'm not gonna judge you on what you do.
I'm not.
I'm not gonna-
I don't like the. I'm not like. People get really confused about what I do compared to like necromancers. Like necromancers are all about the undead. I'm just about the dead.
Okay. I mean,
I'm not a fan
That's
of
alright.
the undead.
yeah, you know what? I am honored that you feel comfortable enough sharing a secret that is seen as that taboo and frowned upon with us. That, you know, it shows trust, and I am not gonna. I understand that.
No, has anyone here seen Daphne turn into a ghost yet?
No.
Don't
I was
think
going to
so,
say
no.
you. Emma has. Jorah has not.
Yeah.
I was.
Mm-hmm.
I was Susan.
Okay.
So you're kind of having this conversation. You feel Jossam kind of slide out of your bag there.
Nope, I'm gonna grab him.
As you grab him, he turns from the quill into a mechanical spider, like a wind-up spider, into your hand. As he seems to have grown in size because you've fed him.
Oh.
He is now still a tiny creature, but bigger than he once was.
He's leveled up.
Ding!
Jossam, honey,
Oh.
you need to stay here where it's not. Get in the bag, Jossam.
Get in the bag.
You hear a whiny hiss from him as two big anime eyes kind of look at you, and he tries to scuttle away. Roll me an animal handling check.
Mama said no.
Get the
Nice.
newspaper out.
A 20. I not 20 on that, so 23.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you kind of wrangle him, and he kind of just settles down and goes still once more. He's sticky to your hand like a mimic is, but settles down and
When we get out of this, I'll let you all out. Just not now.
Do you think Lorcan could like ride on his back?
He's gonna stick.
Could
to
you imagine?
He's gonna stick.
Oh,
Yeah.
lesson to do that. His wings are real delicate.
Yeah. He's like Jossum is very sticky.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let. Yes, you have, Jen. Think about what you've done. I'm gonna. I'm gonna let. I let Lorcan out a little bit ago just to like get whatever food he wanted from the table and stuff, so he can just go and chill.
All the things with mimics, they have to be items, and that was the first thing that came to mind. I was like, oh, spider. Wait, spiders are alive.
Yeah.
Clockwork spider. Sure, why not? Didn't we think of it until Sarah said something.
Uh-huh. All right. You know, all I'm saying is I respect what you do, and I know not a lot of people will. And it's actually somewhat dangerous to speak about out loud, especially where we're going.
I'm quite aware. It's usually dangerous no matter where it's at. So
yeah, like it's frowned upon, but in Oliver, it's like it is tightly controlled who gets to do that.
I was literally traveling with 2 people that thought it was so bad they were gonna kill me over it. So.
Oh well, that's just fucking cold, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry.
So, and you know what?
Oh, is it those? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, you know, I don't plan on killing you for it.
I mean, if you do, I plan on healing you right back. So.
Okay. Well, like I say, I'm happy to help. Protect that secret if it's needed.
Thanks.
I got you. I'm gonna like fist bump.
Are we tired? Do we know what time of day it is?
In this particular grove, there is no discerning day or night cycle, but you do feel tired, so I would say you can take a long break. If there's anything you want to do before you rest, let me know. Celestia agreed to let you go the following day.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll be staying up because I only need the 4 hours because #elves. So I'll stay up most of that time until I need the 4 hours, and I'll finish composing a rather epic. I'm gonna make it like an epic poem, just about the whole experience of coming through the fog, and it's very like atmospheric, moody sort of thing, and about encountering Aleshi and you know. But I'm painting them in a very positive, respectful, mysterious light. Like, yeah.
Okay.
So I'll finish that off, close the book, and then take my 4 hours of meditation.
Okay.
But before you, while you were composing your poem, as you're probably saying it to yourself aloud to see how it sounds, you think Aura's asleep, but you hear him say quietly, "Those kind of poems don't sell. You should paint him as horrifying."
Oh, I don't sell my stuff like that necessarily. I collect things like this when I encounter something that feels like it deserves some respect, and the truth painted of things that are sometimes misunderstood. In a weird kind of way, I don't know. Maybe this is a weird unobtainable dream of mine, but I'd quite like things like this put back into the Great Library at some point.
Maybe libraries would care about it, but most people wouldn't. If you made it seem like unless you took your prisoner, people would care.
Maybe there's people out there like that. I grant you that, but I think I view things more positively, I guess. I mean, I'm a spring ladder, and it's hard for me to look down on anything. I'm a happy fucker. What can I say? You know, some people like atmospheric words that make it feel like you can see what's being spoken about. You know, they can feel the fog on their skin. Why do you only like?
No, it's just the feeling of fog on my skin reminds me when I almost lost Greaves. I couldn't sleep.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Loss is really hard. Have you lost people before, or is that
well, people have gotten lost.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks.
Not knowing where they are or if they're okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm currently experiencing that very thing. But you can choose sometimes your own narrative and how you view things. Something's lost, you just need to find it again. Like Daphne did with her dead dad. Listen, he's had like a gallon of wine, all right? Yeah, you do.
Daphne's fucking sleeping, so like, as soon as Daphne ever gets a chance to go to sleep, she just does.
Yeah. Yep. You know,
Yep.
and provided what you have lost is not lost forever, you'll find it again.
Thank you.
You're
Hopefully
welcome.
my sister and I find each other.
Oh, you lost it. How long ago did you lose her?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, I have become somewhat in the business of helping people with stuff like that. So, if you need help, I'm very good at research and finding information. So,
Thank you. I wouldn't even know where to start.
well, do you have details of her? Who she
looks
is,
like-
what she looks like?
Yeah, she's a bird, like me.
I mean, birds look very different though. Like you and Ghoul look different. Does she look
Yes.
just like you?
Smaller.
Okay.
She has, she's all white, just like me, except for the yellow talons and accents of brown.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Does she have a name?
Yeah.
That's okay. He's looking off into the distance, like in a haunted way.
Her name is Lisana, and our clutch is Black Talon.
Mm-hmm. And you don't know how long ago you lost her?
I think it was at least 2 full moons.
Okay. And she's been with you this whole time, like with the others? She's been with you?
No, she has her own steward.
Okay. Oh, so she's been away and she's gone missing?
Well, we had to leave home.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know why.
Oh yeah, you said you were sort of I don't want to use the word disgraced in case it's offensive, but like sometimes cause you to have to leave.
Or nods.
Okay.
Greaves
Well.
would probably know.
Uh-huh. Well, I will ask him about it, and maybe the Great Library has information about where you're from. Not that it'll help if it's just the 2 months, but where was she when she went missing?
The last time I saw her was in Falcon Shore in Petricide Grove, our home.
Okay, so you both left and went in different directions?
I don't know where she went. I couldn't see much.
Okay. Oh yeah, because you were in a box. Fucking hell, Beltane. Alright, well maybe Beltane don't know. I can ask him. I still have a spell slot. Give me a second, bro. I'll pat your shoulder.
Thank you.
I'm using bro because he's a bit of a fuckboy. I apologize, everyone.
He is a fuckboy.
He is. I'm a cast sending to my boo.
Right.
I really want to make a shitty comment about. There's no easy way to be able to call him dad in this, so I'm not going to. Hey, fellow father. No. Hey, Beltane. When you took Or, did you happen to know anything about or see his sister Lisana?
There's a pause before you can answer from Beltane. Lucana was part of my cargo. I did not smuggle her out.
Okay. I will then send it again and say, who is in charge of smuggling her out? Also, what you wearing?
Speaking of fuckboys,
I am wearing my armor as I am about to do a raid.
Oh.
Sorry.
Good time.
Who is smuggling her?
I don't know, as I did not operate on that end.
Who? Yeah, but like, was this an Ashenfell thing? Who gave you the job for that raid? We're trying to find a sister, so any help would be real appreciated.
I was paid for R, and that was it. I did not ask my contact why, as he paid handsomely,
Send news.
and I was fine with that.
Yep, super helpful. You're lucky you're pretty.
There's a pause before he answers. Privilege information comes with a price.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm just trying to help the new friend you thrust upon me.
And do take care of him. He's precious cargo, after all.
Yeah. So am I.
I don't know. Aura's pretty precious. I mean, like, not valuable, but
I don't know if I
Listen.
would, like, there's precious and then there's precious, and I'm pretty sure Aura's precious. Like, bless your heart level precious.
yeah, probably both.
Pity pageant. Precious. Okay. Yes. So am I. Thanks, bye. Good luck on your raid.
There's no answer.
Kiss, kiss, kiss? I don't know. Right. XOXO. Okay. Hey, spoke to Belton. He was hired by someone to smuggle you out to safety. Wouldn't tell me who because Archfey. But oh, you don't really know. Do you know much about the Feywild, or I feel like I know the answer to that.
Well, we have some Fae in Falcon Shore, but we stay away.
Yeah, they're not good at giving direct answers. But we know that somebody paid to have you smuggled, but to safety, not smuggled in a bad way. And so he's not sure if somebody did the same for your sister. Someone clearly wanted you safe. And so maybe that person paid someone else to rescue your sister, or maybe she's still there. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, I tried.
Thank you.
If you can give me a very clear visual description with name and as much personal details as you can, I can try doing sending to her.
Well, she's very nice, and she likes to weave, and she always says please and thank you.
Okay, that's helpful. Wow, are you an archfey? No. Okay. I can't do it tonight. I sent a couple to my boo, but I will try tomorrow night. I will try to send to her.
I can try.
Oh, you
I've
have
got
sending?
Yes.
I think all
Oh, hey,
of us
Mahama, have you been
sending.
awake? It's like, have you been awake this whole time?
Well, I was just composing a sending of my own.
Oh, cool. Okay. Then yeah. So like, do your best impression of her, or
Or clears his
mostly for shits and giggles, but it'll help. Sure, yeah, it'll help as well.
or clears his gullet. Hello, I'm Miss Anna. I'm second in line to the... Well, not anymore. I like to weave. Please. Thank you. Is that good?
Yes, perfect. Perfect. Okay.
As he does
And we're
that,
thinking
though, you're
you,
gonna
but smaller.
just hear from like the corner. It's just like, why are you all so loud? Go to sleep.
We're trying to find his lost sister. Have some empathy, Daphne.
Well,
You said not anymore. Is she there now?
I don't know anymore.
They've had titles taken away from them.
Oh,
Yeah. So I'm assuming you were smuggled before people could do something not so nice to you, perhaps, or
Me?
maybe.
I don't know.
Well, we're not going to let it happen now, just so you know. You're part of the family now, therefore we will kill for you.
Well, thank you.
You're
I would
welcome.
also kill for you. Maybe a weasel?
Maybe. No. Don't kill the weasel. We've established the weasel's actually part of the family.
Oh.
Part of the family. Another weasel, fair enough. This weasel isn't actually a weasel, it's a snake in disguise.
that's actually more like a mink.
It's a bit. I'm wearing mink.
I
So
wouldn't hunt a weasel, kill a weasel for you.
yes.
Good.
Good. Yes. Perfect. You kill people who mean us harm. That weasel doesn't mean us harm. He just wants to snuggle. Snuggling is good, provided you've asked permission first.
Someone told me consent is important.
Consent is important. That someone was me, and I'm so glad you've learned that lesson. I am proud of you. You're doing good. I feel like your short-term memory is going to be a problem, but I will happily reiterate when it's needed. Okay. Yes, that's right. Okay, good.
Mhm.
Let's try and speak to Liz.
What shall I say to her?
Hello? Where are you? Are you safe?
Is she safe? Yeah. Is she
I
still in
miss you?
Falconshore, right? Falconshore?
I think so. Last time I saw her, she was there.
Okay. Oh, tell her we're speaking on behalf of Aura as well, so that she doesn't get creeped out. Hey, how are you? Where are you? Hi, person.
And you said Lisana is her name.
Yes.
Looks like him, but smaller.
And of course more feminine.
Yeah.
Do you cast the spell, Mohammed?
Yeah. I'm just composing out my words.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to attempt this. Should I try to make a roll since I don't know her?
I would say roll a fate die, so a d100 plus 10.
Okay.
As you don't really know her, and the spell needs a specific amount of detail to work.
Yeah. Hey.
Okay. With 100 on the dot.
Jesus, what a fucking chance. 101 is the answer.
Despite you not really knowing this woman very well, you feel your god kind of whisper in your ear, and you see a vision of her in front of you. And your god just kind of caresses your cheek very gently and says, "Well done." And the spell sends forward and connects.
Hello, Lisana. Your brother would like to know if you're safe and where you are. Or misses you.
There's a very long pause before. Oh, I'm south. I'm safe. Tell him I'm all right. I'll see him soon. Okay, thank you.
Oh, she's adorable, Or.
Oh man.
Yes, she
You
is.
got through. Oh, fantastic! That means he's found her, and I'll like elbow nudge or. Hey.
Yes,
I'm gonna
she's-
elbow nudge back and say sorry.
Good, there we go.
She's safe, and she sends her love, and She said she is somewhere in the south. Perhaps she couldn't be specific because I don't know. But she's safe. She sounds quite well.
That's great. Great.
Yes.
Thank you.
Of course.
Can I hug you?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Or is gonna wrap his rings around Memon.
See, those are good hugs, aren't they, Mehaman? Like, that's a good hug.
No, you're very soft.
Thank you. You are very flesh-like. As he gently taps skin, very.
What a compliment! You're so fleshy.
It's a flesh room.
Because we do not have feathers, do we all seem naked to you?
No, definitely not.
I mean, I'm happy to get naked if that's what we want.
Oh God.
Look,
So as you speak through the night, you can get to know each other a bit more. You can take a long rest to regain your spell slots. The morning, what you think is morning, comes, and the Leshy is looming over you. Their great big skull kind of almost inches away from your faces as they kind of breathe out to wake you up with a breath of like kind of pine scented air.
fresh.
Very
So fresh and so clean. Yeah.
I wish everyone had breath that fresh in the morning.
Right?
But they wake you up and they kind of settle back down to the spot. And again, you see the roots and vines grow up and over them. Where are you going?
Oliberry.
They think for a moment and nod. I can get you to the border.
That would be very appreciated.
They nod for a moment and settle back and look towards a specific spot in their grove. That way.
Is there anything we can do in return for such a great favor?
Be kind to the forest. Honor her will.
Not a problem.
Always, yep. Mm-hmm.
Not a problem whatsoever. Thank you.
I'll give him a gracious bow and head towards the area.
Right. They get up again and sit beside the spot they indicated, and you see the woods kind of part and tunnel in that beautiful way. Forests have this almost optical illusion of tunneling when they are surrounding a road of some type, and kind of bends and shapes itself, and you see the fog dissipate before you, and you see a gravel path, and very far off in the distance, a field.
Is there no fog anymore?
Doesn't seem to be.
Or is gonna go straight up.
Right. You go straight up if you're still in the grove and not going through the tunnel.
Oh, yeah.
You kind of hit the canopy of the trees.
Oh. I'm gonna search for clear sky.
All right. So you go through the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
As you go through the tunnel, space seems to stretch in front of you before it shrinks. And you're on the other side of the forest within a matter of moments. You look behind and all you see is a quiet forest, clear, simple, welcoming, chattering birds around you, warm, fresh fields before you. And you recognize, Jorah, these to be the fields of Winterdale.
Home sweet home.
You seem to find yourself just outside the road of Savafair Road, the great road that kind of pulls itself upwards into the Winterdale's lands.
I'll absentmindedly be humming and like singing relatively under my breath. I'm not like singing. I'm not one of those bards. Fucking hell. Like just randomly burst into song. But I'll be singing to myself. I imagine there's many songs about the fields. You know, like very. I don't know.
The field of Winterdale. The
Well,
field
yeah,
of
yeah.
Winterdale.
Yeah. So I'll be, or you know, like the U2 sort of. Anyway, it's I'll sing. I'll just be singing a little ditty to myself.
Okay.
It'll be like a longing, like to be home type song where it's like fields of one of those. It's all just be
Fields of
Forest.
Athenry.
Yeah, exactly.
Something tragic and beautiful like that.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
of course, because this whole place is very Scottish, really, isn't it? So it'll be a longing song.
Winterdale's now Ireland, apparently.
Okay.
It's Canadian government, Irish landscape. Perfect.
Do you mean Irish?
Irish. As you press into the Saint-Fair road, it'll only take you a few hours to get towards Hollyberry, as this is a well-maintained, well-traveled road, and it shortens the distance. The miracle of roads lets you travel faster.
Really does it? Fucking wink.
Not in Scotland.
Never mind.
Well, our roads are different too. We are the Feywild of Scotland.
Fucking hell.
Or stretches his wings, takes a 5-minute flight in the sunlight, then comes back down and walks with the rest of the party.
Just as a briefing, provided the city's actually there and there's not stuff we have to go through, be polite. If somebody seems like they're acting like an arrogant asshole, let it slide. That's them, you know. Also, you may see guns. I don't know if you guys have heard about guns before. Don't ask if you can have one. I don't like that. The answer will always be no. Just as a heads up, because I've encountered people who visited and it never ends well. Just so, as a favor to you.
My daddy used to have a gun. I buried it with him.
Oh, nice. He was an elf, yeah?
No.
How do you get a gun? Only elves have guns.
I mean, ludicrous business owner. Of, talking to the dead type. Sometimes deals get made.
Yeah.
You would know, Jorah, this breaks the law. In many ways in Hollyberry.
Oh, so much law breaking.
The fact the elves hadn't killed him is a pure mystery to you.
I mean, we never actually
don't
talked about how he died.
Don't. Yeah, let's not mention anything like that.
It's all part of the. It's all part of the. Don't mention anything about. Not talking about my daddy whatsoever.
Oofed. Cause like there's breaking laws and then there's like the breaking the law.
Ooh, I didn't realize it was okay. I
really illegal to if you're not an elf then they would kill him on the spot. Jeez.
Why not just change the laws?
Cause it's Oliberry, and as we've established, they are possessive. It is an exclusionary place, which is not my own personal outlook on life, which is why I travel. Most elves like to just stay in Elfie land because they like being elfy.
I assume you're traveling as you're talking.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if we see anyone, I will immediately shut up because there ain't no fucking fool. So we don't, their laws are their laws, and if we try and, I once tried to have like a healthy debate in the library once about changing, the outlook on things, and you don't do that. I'm a very persuasive person, but that it would get you in trouble, and I really, the last thing I want is you in trouble.
So, I have a question for you, Dora.
Yeah.
What can I expect being half-elf going into that?
GM, is it fairly judgy but not bad? Like, you know.
Half-elves are still considered elvish by
Yeah.
the elven race.
Because you have elven blood, so like, because half elves can have guns, can't they?
Because they are seen as elvish.
As elvish. So the fact that you are even part elf elevates you above others, and you're still considered of elven heritage. You got that Fey ancestry. So
So would
you
it
can
hurt?
expect slightly better treatment than say what they might receive. I'm not suggesting that they're really horrible to visitors. They're not,
Right.
but they have this slight air of being a little better than people.
I mean, I can understand that. I'm usually better at than most people.
You're for sure an elf, my gal. Okay. Yeah, you'll be fine.
Alright.
You'll be fine. And we're going with a specific purpose, and when we meet my family, they're like nice for elves. So, no, I'm kidding. You do get lots of nice elves. I'm being really harsh. It's just because I carry a bit of baggage from
Of course, absolutely.
growing up here. But yeah, my parents are really good, wholesome, salt of the earth people. So, if we can find them and they're alive, we can figure out the situation. Because if my dad doesn't know, because he's like, they don't really have a military, but he's trained fighter, keeps the place safe. And then my mom's a
Guarded
cleric.
the books, from what you told me.
Yeah. And mom's a cleric, so she's a good egg. Oh shit! And then I'll look at Aura like, I don't know, is that a good phrase?
Phrases to consider.
Maybe the phrase stems from them. Being a good egg is like So, yeah. Let's go. If we can at least see if there is a city there. So once we start to crest to a point where you would normally start to see skyline, Jen, I'll be immediately trying to spot whether it physically exists here currently. That would be good.
So it does take you a few hours to get towards Oliberry. And as you get closer, roll me a perception check.
Okay. Looking for my home. Papa, can you hear me? I have funny feeling. What's my perception? 16.
You notice the ground is scorched.
Oh.
As if there is an atomic blast, the same way an atomic blast would scorch the land, leaving it dead, broken, and decayed. And the radius to it is large.
Does it smell
Because
burnt?
you are still a mile or so away from Oliberry.
Does it smell burnt?
It smells very burnt.
Jorah will have stopped dead and just do that kind of like be in shock, where you just the face goes a little pale. He's already white, pale, because he's got that Shadowkai sheet white normally, but he doesn't look. He's not in a good way.
Or is gonna slowly, carefully spiral upwards. Careful, kind of looking out, trying to spot something before it spots him.
All right, roll perception check.
I'm gonna put my hand on Jorah's shoulder, as we approach this, as we wait for what Orr has to say. Freddie came back and things are fucked.
It's like
Uh-oh, what
Hiroshima.
Yeah.
It's like Hiroshima. There's a blast radius that is bigger than the city, basically.
Oh no.
Yeah, so Jorah's stuck still, looking in shock right now.
You see, or something glinting in the distance. You can't tell what from here. It looks like glass.
Does it look like? Is it Something shining?
Seems to be. But from here,
Mhm.
there's an optical illusion in the same way a mirage creates an optical illusion.
Mhm.
You just can't pinpoint it. You know it's there, but you're not sure the shape or how big it is.
I'll come back down and say something was glinting at me. I don't know what it was.
What do you want to
Maybe
do?
it was trying to signal.
Mm-hmm.
What do you
Come on,
want to do?
Jorah. I'm gonna reach out to Jorah's hand.
It'll take him a minute. It's like you touch really kind of like it takes him a minute to figure out what you're doing and what's going on, but he'll eventually like take your hand again.
Hey, Jorah,
Mm-hmm.
have you finished my boots yet?
No.
Just think about them.
That stupid sweet
Yep.
bird. Oh man.
We should figure out what's done this so that we can let Beltane and the other leaders know.
I agree. Is it so? I'm assuming that Or went into like more blast radius than we did. Like, is there anything that feels physically unsafe about what's about to like us going into this radius? It's been a few days because you said mushroom cloud, atomic bomb, and so I'm just thinking radiation damage kind of thing. Yeah.
It's more of a description to us to describe
Gotcha.
what the ground is like. That's the best similarity I could come up with without diminishing what comes next.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, say that last part again?
As you approach the city, you get closer and closer, and you realize what that glint was, and before all of you, a miraculous but horrifying sight greets you. The city itself is intact, but it's no longer stationed on the ground, but surrounded what could be only described as a large tear-shaped dome encapsulating it, floating above the ground. Pearlescent glass breaks from it, shattering, jagged and broken, just floating around it quietly, as if held up by invisible force. And you look upwards towards the top of this shape, and you see a brilliant, bright light of immense magic, just holding the city stasis in the air with these fractal shards of maybe glass, magic, you can't tell, but the city itself is held above a broken crater that seems to seep into the void. All life around the city is dead and broken. As you get closer, and the bright light just kind of illuminates the space all around you, almost blinding you. And you get closer and you realize the city is trapped, held in almost a cage-like fashion. You see where the road was, where it leads to the gates of the city, just crumble, fall into the void beneath it, where the stasis of the road itself is held in place. There's a spiral of magic that seeps upwards towards this bright light. And you get closer and you hear the sound of what you can only describe as breaking crystal or ice. The grinding of glass against stone, other glass, haunting and terrifyingly beautiful at once. It seems otherworldly in its design.
Oliberry is beautiful. But they could
Trash.
improve their landscaping.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think this was what the attackers did, or was this an attempt to preserve themselves?
I'm not sure. Have I read anything of something similar having happened in the past?
You've
Or
never
like a
heard of
defense
anything
mechanism?
like this.
No.
This is
I'm
beyond you.
Yeah. This feels I don't know. Something feels wrong.
Okay. I have this. Bah. If, like, just in case I might have read some, because I read a lot, if I can recall.
You have no idea what this is.
Gotcha. No idea. Whew. Well.
In fact, this even exists, this type of magic to exist in the world, should be impossible. This is the level of the gods.
Wow.
Like
Though,
sorry, carry on.
You too can roll a history check. Okay. It's a high DC.
Gotcha. Alright, dice.
Nope.
Is the DC higher than, I'm just gonna ask, is the DC higher than 25?
The DC is 25.
So I have to nat 20 to get it. I rolled a 19.
Oh no!
Use your nat 20.
I don't have one.
Oh no, I have a nat 20, but I've only got 4 in history.
I don't have one. I rolled a 19, so a 24.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even with a 24, you recall something in the back of your mind, both of you, I would say, if you rolled, Emma.
I didn't.
If you're going to use that nat 20.
I have a nat 20. I would use it. It feels like a time to use it. I rolled a 6, so I'll use the 20.
Okay. You know there are specific people that possess this power, but you don't know their names. It slips from your grasp as you think on it, staring at this awesome sight before you.
Do I get the feeling, just going on being, I don't know, does this feel aggressive or defensive?
You're not sure. You've never seen anything like this.
Okay. Look, either way,
but I will say, because the city is preserved, probably defensive.
Okay.
Can we try to get up there, see if there's anyone still in there?
Yeah, I can't. I'm gonna hazard a guess. Magic this powerful is what's been blocking my sending spells.
Of course.
If they knew I was down here, we could try. I need to get in there.
Absolutely.
Like, I know that we found out what's going on and we could alert them to what's happening, but I need to get in there to find them. So
Climb on.
Oh. Okay. I'll climb on.
Okay.
I'm gonna flap up slowly on the with the extra weight. I'm gonna try and slowly approach the glass crystal
city.
As you approach, you notice there is a curvature following the height of the city. The tallest building seems to still have plenty of space above it, where it kind of teeters and comes to a point at the top. And you see above you, again, that glowing bright light kind of just pouring magic all around you. And you feel it. It's tangible magic at this point. And you approach it, and it's solid. The glass, crystal, whatever this essence is solid.
So I have a thing. He's probably shouting because we're up in the air now, flying around. I have a thing where I can misty step through things, but although it's a teleportation of sorts, this magic has stopped sending, and I feel like it would fuck me up to try and go through there.
Well, if you fall, it can catch you.
Yep. Is this a time for logic or a time for bravery? Fuck it, I'm a spring ladron. It's bravery. I'm gonna try and fuck that noise being logical. I will try, in the hopes that, I don't know.
Okay.
It's my home. I will try to do my misty step in.
Okay. You try to misty step in, and you hit the glass.
Yeah.
The strange crystal, and start to slide down the curvature of this. And you feel magic grip at you, almost like threatening to tear you apart.
Uh-huh.
And you feel it kind of dig in. Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. While I'm doing that, while I'm making if the effect lets me. That's not bad. I'm gonna kick off it towards or
Okay.
to try, but I'll call it 30, so that's 17.
Okay. You still take 10 points of force damage.
It's okay. I'll take it.
Or is going to fold his wings and dive towards Jorah, spinning and trying to flare at the last moment, trying to catch him.
Make an acrobatics check. With advantage, as you are a Aarakocra. 18. That's good enough. You catch Jorah, and you both kind of stagger in the air, following, but you're stable enough, and you're trained well enough there are to catch him.
Okay.
You okay there?
Thank you. Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
I was scared for a second.
Yeah, me too. Jesus. Who's Jesus? Yep, let's go back down.
Okay.
As you go back down, you see the magic still cling to you, pull it upwards towards the bright light. It's almost red in coloration as it detaches from you, reabsorbing into the light. Roll perception check, Jorah.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Jen Dice. For chat, Jen actually made me dice that are designed for Jorah.
Aww.
Yeah, right? That's a 21.
I'm definitely going to have to ask you how you did that afterwards.
I don't know if it'll...
The light catches in a way. You see something within the sunlight glow above the city as you go back down.
Okay. Is that something that's that I would recognize about Oliberry? Something that is known there, or is this something I'm not sure?
You're not sure. It was again a high DC because you're looking into a very bright light.
Okay. Do you think if I just shout "Mom and Dad" really loud, they'd hear me? Probably not. Oh. All right. Options. We do alert Beltane, and he can tell the others and about what we found, and then maybe get some advice about how to get in there, because
Should I give it a try?
no, it's solid. That normally allows me to completely teleport, so it's not even physically trying to get through, and it still it's blocking all magic.
I'm pretty good at breaking things.
It must be a stasis.
I'm pretty good at breaking things.
I could
I don't know. Birds flying against windows. It's not. It doesn't usually work
You
out
would
well.
break your face.
I could ask for a little cosmic help into what direction we should take.
That would be useful.
Okay. Well, there's a reason why Daphne carries all kinds of weird shit with her. As she begins to prepare an augury circle, this takes a while. So, like, on this. Yeah. So that she can contact Scour, maybe. Like, you did say this had something to do with the gods. So, like, godlike. So she's gonna... Don't worry about me. I'm just gonna be... It might be vague, but it'll be something. So, she, like, kind of stands in the middle of the circle when it's done. And, like, her eyes sort of go white, and maybe even her body even comes a little bit transparent and ghost-like as she ritually casts augury.
Alright. You ritually cast augury, and you see in your mind's eye your god appear before you. Beautiful galaxy-formed figure, the ever-knowing smile as he looks you over, looks at the city and its crystalline present, looking up at the bright light for a moment, and then kind of tilts your head up towards it and says, well.
Oh, I didn't even ask anything yet, but I guess you're really good at reading minds. Thanks there, bud. So that's is that how we figure out how do we get in or even get a message through? Do I have anything that can do that? Can you grant me anything that can do that?
Stour kind of just tilts your head back up towards the light and points.
We gotta get up at that light. And here's the thing, when I talk to my god, it's out loud. You guys don't see or hear him or any kind of omen. I'm just talking to myself.
Do I see you gesturing to the light?
Yeah, I'll be like, all right, there's that light, and as this vague thing.
Or is he gonna check it out?
Before we head off, Jor's gonna because he's not done this in a while, certainly not since being around these people, but he's gonna try and use his other connection to Beltane because it's worked before, and just say not using sending, and say we found Oliberry.
You hear a very soft, almost gentle, huh. How about that? Before the voice fades.
Yeah. All right. And I'm assuming because actually our other connection might mean that he has some awareness of what I'm getting up to. I'm assuming. Well, Jorah's assuming. So he's hoping he's at least figuring out what might be happening. So it just sounds like Jorah's just spoken to himself as well.
Everyone's just talking to themselves. Or and Muhammad are like, all right.
Yeah.
Or thinks he should go up and check it out. Or agrees.
Yeah.
Or checks it out.
Okay. I'll also say, because I know that when we go in there, we're probably going to be disconnected from magic. I will relay that, but I might actually use a sending spell for that one just so I can get more, just in case the other connection doesn't go through. We're going to be trying to get in. It's in stasis, but it cuts off all magic, so we might not be able to communicate for a while.
There's a pause before he says, proceed with caution. I'll tell the others.
I miss you, bye.
There's no answer.
Fuck's sake.
Oh.
He's
I've read so much.
Like...
He is. All right. Okay. He's the kind that just leaves you unread for just a little too long, you know?
Well, it's in the middle of a battle. He might be distracted.
This might be the last time he speaks to me, like, ever. Because if we go in there and shit hits the fan, I can't ask for help.
But
You
isn't
know what?
it solid? Was I
Yep,
misunderstanding the description?
there's like a light, like a magic light at the top that's creating it. So maybe there's like a funnel part. We gotta go in through the
Way to
butt.
find out is to go there.
Yep.
Aura's gonna start flopping,
Okay.
checking it out, bringing whoever he can with.
Okay. That's the question.
Yeah,
How
I'm
you
assuming
getting up
that's
there?
just Jorah.
As the city is hovering well over 200 feet off the ground, and it extends another 1,000+ feet.
Well, I can get up there. Who should I bring?
Jorah.
Okay, Jorah, hop on again.
Okay. I'll
Just don't
climb
get
on.
airsick.
All right. Okay. I haven't dried too much today, so we're okay. I'm gonna. I feel like he should have, Jesus, with what he's about to walk into. I will hold on, and I'm gonna prepare once we feel like we're about 10 minutes away, because I don't know how long it's gonna take him to get all the way up there. I will give you a bardic inspiration, just in case.
So, last time I remember going up the Empire State Building, it took about 10-15 minutes via a lift going at its top speed to the top. It'll take you about that much more, maybe another 10 minutes to get to where this light is. And after 20-25 minutes, I will need you to make me a strength check, or as it is somebody on your back.
Yeah, you'll have an inspiration for that. And I'm at 8s now.
Okay. Do I have to declare beforehand?
You roll before you've been told the result. So if you
Okay,
think you need it, you roll to add to it.
I'll check what I rolled. I will roll a d8 and add it to that. Okay.
Good. That's what you needed.
Good.
As you ascend upwards, you do get a bit tired and reposture yourself to extend yourself further, and you get to the light. It's blinding. And you enter into it, and you find a white void with a lone figure kind of floating in the middle. And the ground seems solid enough for you to set Jorah down. And if you wish, you can retrieve the others.
Sure.
Am I just alone with this person?
You're alone with this person at the moment. We'll wait for the others to
Okay.
join up. If they wish.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll just stand there awkwardly while it's happening.
I'll let Mohammed go first.
2 more strength checks, as it is very tiring work.
I'll give you guidance.
Oh, thank you. And that's a d4?
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, I have not looked at my rolls
Oh my god.
Good.
playing.
Okay, you get Mohammed up.
And I guess one more.
About like how okay, just let this happen. Just let this happen.
You struggle with Daphne. It takes a little bit more time, and you're flagging as you're tired, and it's a lot of work. But eventually, it does take you maybe 30 minutes to get Daphne up there. And you are 1 point of exhaustion from all that.
Okay.
That was your requirement. It was an exhaustion point.
It's like lands, and there's a human there or a person there. All right. Catch your breath, honey. You're okay.
So what does the person look like?
In the void you stand in, the person is floating almost a foot off the ground, a windlass tearing at their clothes. Their eyes are wide and full of radiant white light, their hair kind of flowing around them, and you see magic just pouring off of them. Make a medicine check, Daphne.
Okay, hold up. I'm about to cough. Sorry, I've been having this cough.
Make a medicine check to avoid pneumonia.
Make a medicine check on yourself, bitch.
Alright, I don't know what my medicine modifier is, so I need to find my character sheet. There it is. I am proficient in medicine, that's 6, so that is a dirty 20.
You see the magic pouring off of them, Daphne, but where their skin should be is just a white radiance, and it's slowly traveling up their body, eating away at them.
Oh.
You get the sense it's killing them.
Almost as if, like, their flesh is the component for this spell?
It seems to be.
Okay. Is this an elf?
Itself, yep. Very young.
I'm
no
gonna,
more than
I'm
15, 16 years of age.
Oh my goodness, it's a baby elf. I'm gonna relay that to the rest of everyone. It's like, they're dying keeping this spell up.
I'm gonna get a little closer and say, hello?
You say hello and you see a flare of a symbol across their chest. Make a religion check, or
Do we all see it?
I would say so.
He's
You're
good at this.
you're not overly familiar with the symbol, but if you want to make a check, you can.
13.
17.
Mehemet, if you want to make a roll too.
Religion?
Mm-hmm.
Please let the cleric make a religion check.
Yeah. Nope.
You're more concerned with your god. Your god's the best.
Yeah. My god wouldn't kill children like this.
But Daphne and Jorah, you recognize the symbol of Ayun just
Yeah.
blazoned across their chests.
I feel like Jorah would have, even without looking, if he was told there was a religious symbol, he'd know that in Oliberry that would be Ayun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can make me those proficient in history can make this check with advantage now that you've seen this being.
Oh, jeez. 15 plus 4 is 19.
Doesn't say anything. Highlights natural one.
Yeah.
Double nat ones. Double. I know shit. That's a 6.
Yeah, it's not really ringing with you, Daphne, but
Nope. I just
you,
live in
Jorah,
ruins.
you think for a moment, and there's only a handful of people in the world that exist like this. And they're called the prophets. They are young and usually die young, as their magic is the magic of the gods. They are one step above the Everlights.
Okay, so their purpose is things like this. That's why they exist.
Yes, their purpose is to be the gods' powers in Ashenfell. And once that purpose is fulfilled, they usually die.
Okay. I know this seems grim, but like this is a god thing, not an Oliberry thing. This is a prophet.
Even if we could break it somehow, wouldn't the city fall into the void?
City would fall into the void. This person would die anyway. Their purpose is this. It's sort of like how Daphne's raising chickens, and we know what their purpose is.
Doesn't seem fair.
No. But when you know you have a purpose and you finally get to achieve that, I suppose there's a sense of accomplishment and peace knowing that they're doing Ayun's good. They are the god's power on this world. So,
I'm going to turn to the figure and say, is that how you feel? Accomplished? Peaceful?
The figure turns their head and looks towards you, eyes radiant white. And you see sorrow pass over their face. I didn't live.
I'm sorry.
That's all they say.
Is there a way for us to enter the city?
Spell's almost over.
What does that mean?
Oh shit, are we about to fall back to the ground?
I would not do that.
Yeah. Are we going to be safe here?
They nod.
Okay. Do you have family in Ollerbury?
They nod again.
Do they know that this is happening to you?
They watched.
Okay. Can I ask your name?
There's a pause as if they've never been considered to have a name.
Yeah.
Before they say, I like the name Thompson.
Thompson.
It's a fine name.
I will make sure people remember you as such.
Or is going to quietly approach and put down what looks like a thin layer of rock, curved rock, and say, this is the shell, was the shell, or part of it, of my brother. Keep it.
See
And
Thompson give a weary smile and nod.
he backs up and says, I'm sorry. Maybe you'll have at least more life than my brother did.
Jorah, can I talk to you and over in this corner?
Yeah. I will follow.
Is the spell consuming Thompson's body?
I think so, yeah. I think his soul, like, if you believe in it, but yeah, I'm speaking to a cleric. I think his soul will return to Ayun.
Oh, no doubt he has a place by Ayun's side. But if we were to break the spell early, because whether it breaks now or a few minutes from now doesn't make a huge difference to the city, we could try to catch Thompson with a revivify. If we could help their body be intact. Not that I want to insult Ayun, but
do I know what I know of prophets? Is this going to be like some bad juju stuff to try and reverse that?
Make it a history check.
Is that a 19? There's a line on this one. 19 to 23. 23.
And Mehemen, what you know about prophets, because I just saw your 20 pop up for some reason. Sorry.
it's okay.
You know that prophets serve their purpose.
Like they're raised specifically to do this, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They
Without
have no
identity.
other purpose,
Yeah.
and they are not granted any other purpose. You would probably see it as deeply unfair.
Yeah.
You know, because the purpose that Thompson had has been completed. they'll still go to Ayun. Well, why not just try to delay it?
Can I for reasons, we'll say I don't have a part in it. I support it, but I feel like because I'm about to go home and I'm not sure how they'll react. The one request is if you want to do something like that, we should ask him first. He might he might not want that. If his purpose is a profit, they might just use him for something else. Maybe he wants release.
Well, no one needs to know they survived, but the point that, well, the reason I wanted to take you aside is I could try, but I don't know how we would go about breaking the spell before their body's consumed. That's the tricky part.
Does Orr hear this?
Yeah, you can hear. I took Jorah aside mainly to be away from Thompson.
Yeah.
Orr starts walking towards Thompson.
Okay.
We could ask Beltane to smuggle Thompson away.
Or, you know, I mean, we could. Well,
if the city see, if the city see Thompson survive, they'll take him. So
there's also the thing: if the spell ends early, part of the spell could be placing us down safely, as well as it being early means.
The city will crash.
Thompson, is this what you want?
There's a pause. What purpose would I have otherwise?
Explore life. Pursue your interests, passions.
Whatever you want.
There's a very tired smile across his face. There is no purpose outside of this.
Well, there doesn't have to be a purpose. Not all life needs a purpose.
But is this what you want?
There's another considered thought. You see it kind of flicker across his face. I don't know.
Thomas.
This was my only choice.
Orr's going to consider for a second. How far away is Thompson?
I would say he's a few feet from you now. And the heat is immense.
Okay. I am going to try and grab him. I am going to use my first thing, the first one, not aggressively, and I'm going to try and bring him out of this area in an effort to break the spell.
If this city crashes, the whole of Oliberry will be destroyed, including my parents.
Yeah, please don't, like...
Thompson, can you set the city down early?
I think we should end it with Orr running towards Thompson and pick it up there next time.
Oh my God.
As you pull Thompson out,
oh God, it's happening.
The light breaks and the city falls.
Oh no!
And that's where we'll pick it up.
Okay.
If you've killed my parents, you motherfucker!
It's what Orr would do. I'm sorry.
It's true. I'm not worried about dying because I could just at the very end just like go into the ethereal plane and nothing fucking affects me or face step. So there's that whole falling and then you face step somewhere else, but it's just sort of like, oh God, everyone's about to fucking die. But excellent. All right.
That's a whole city of people though. That's not just us.
Orr is not very smart.
I am not taking the fall. if we get in trouble for ore. I'm just saying. Like,
Fair? Or it would take full responsibility.
I
So
love it,
how
though.
far is the city off the ground again?
About 200 feet.
200 feet.
Whew.
Yeah. 200
Oh
feet.
man,
That would be the
so
equivalent of
angry.
a tsunami crashing into buildings.
Oh my god. He's gonna be so mad at you, dude.
Oof.
Oh, dear me.
After this entire conversation of asking consent first before touching someone, you go and you grab and you pull this poor child from his
Couldn't provide
destiny.
informed consent.
Like,
He didn't know.
I know.
He couldn't provide informed consent.
oh man! All right, everyone. Thank you so much for showing me for.
My heart hurts.
Oh man! Oh
This
man!
just proves that the GM doesn't need to raise cities anymore. The
Huh?
players will do it for
My
them.
parents are there.
Oh my god, well, it definitely gives Jen some
Okay.
time to figure out what happens when a city fucking falls.
Fucking hell.
And the rest of us. Oh
I'm sure
man.
it's Ollerberry. I'm sure it'll be fine, right?
It's the center of information for the entire world.
No.
Yeah, right? They
You killed Alexandria Library.
Good
And
lord.
possibly your friend's parents. They're the center of his world.
and possibly like if the city falls, all of y'all fall? Question mark?
He said we were safe up here.
Oh.
Yeah.
He said that, but like
That's if he didn't like drop.
No?
Like, I don't know. Again, like, I feel fine. I feel safe. I have the ability to save myself. The rest of you, I'm
If
not.
Jorah's parents are dead, I don't think he's gonna want to be safe.
Who, like, we're gonna have. Oh man, this is what happens when we're in charge of babysitting. Anyway,
Oh.
thank you everyone for coming and showing up again to this wonderful. There was a lot of emotions happening and fucking beautiful, Jen, every time.
Oh.
With that, let's go around. Well, let me tell you guys first what's happening here on the channel in the next couple weeks. Of course, in 2 weeks, you can catch us here again for the next episodes at the same time. On Tuesdays, we do have our Revenge of the Gith weekly show, so please be sure to tune in for that. And then next Thursday evening, 6 p.m. PST, 9 o'clock EST, we will be premiering our Pathfinder 2nd Edition game here. So we're spreading out to not just do Dungeons and Dragons on this channel, but a couple of other things. So yeah, tune in for that, and that's about what we got going on the channel, is these 3 shows at the moment. Otherwise, just come and hang out in the Discord. So with that, Freddie, go ahead.
All right. I am at His Majesty on Twitter. And yeah, it was great to play with all you guys.
Freddy's like, oh my fucking god.
Nice.
Shell shocked.
Martin.
hello. I'm about to have a heart attack, and my name's Martin. Yeah, so I'm Martin, or Pigmon. I play Or, and you can catch me at twitch.tv/pink_mon on Saturday nights, where I stream D&D. And hopefully my heart will feel a little better by then.
Or worse. Maybe it'll just feel worse.
Let's go hope for better.
Maybe. Emma.
Hi. I'm Emma, or Hamalu on the internet, and I play Jorah here every second Thursday. Or maybe I'll be playing another character next week, who knows? And I play on the Hype Goblin channel every Sunday, where I play lovely Mama Bear Druid. And I also tend to plug my Chemney D&D. You can find them on Twitter. It's a school group that I run of a bunch of lovely kids. We recently put up a video thanking people because we have an Amazon wish list now that people can donate gifts as little as just a set of dice, as big as like handbooks for kids that just can't afford that stuff. So you can check it out if you want. And that's me.
Cool. And last but not least, our lovely Dungeon Master, Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen. You can find me on Twitter at LeftMakerDND, where I post stuff about my players and how much I love them, and my PhD and how that's going, and general wellness and folklore and a bunch of random things. And I have plans. Don't worry. As
trust
I'm
you.
a very veteran DM, I had a few guesses which way it was going to go, and I wrote out those scenarios already. So I'm excited.
Of course.
I suspected when you just straight up came out with, oh yes, that's the equivalent of a tsunami.
Yeah.
Yep. I
right.
gotta look these things up.
And with that, everyone, thank you so much for showing up. And good night. We're going to give my good friend Chrissy Bell some love as she's just playing something called Pony Park. She's a friend. So, bye!
Comment when you get there.